Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Circuit Season 5 Main Tournament number 2 semifinals, which we're going to have some glorious matches today. We got some teams that are ready to throw down, find out who's going to be the best one out of everybody to gain all the delicious points that they can get to get into the final tournament here coming up soon. But before we go too far, I'm Master 15, and you guys know that guy over there. That's Twist. He's back in the hot seat with us to have some more casting fun and some more entertaining matches for you guys. Twist, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing very, very well. I'm ready to watch some top tier Critical Ops action as always. It's very fun to watch these highly competitive teams battled out against each other. But before we begin with the matches, let's actually take a look at how the tournament has went so far. Season 5 of Circuit, a lot of interesting things have happened, and some surprising. Some teams have definitely showed that they are ready to compete for the big boy prizes. And yeah, so far we've seen main tournament number 1, so that took place in August to September, where, as always, 64 teams compete, then top 16 advance and fight for points. And the same thing is happening today, main tournament number 2. It is starting here right now today, and again, 64 teams play, then 16 best advance and play for points. That's what we're going to see today. And then based on those points in both main tournament number 1 and main tournament number 2, whichever teams have the most points will advance to the circuit final tournament that will take place also in September till October of this year. And the 4 best teams based on their points in respectively main tournament number 1 and number 2 we'll go and battle it out and find out who is the actual best European team for the Circuit Season 5. So, speaking about the teams, let's take a look at them. Let's see what we have here. Some of these names we already saw in the main tournament number 1. Oh, look at that beautiful animation. But also today we are going to see some that we haven't seen before. As you can see here, we have Invictus, we have Vintage, we have many other teams that are well known and respected in the community, and also some that haven't really seen before, but seems like they are ready to change that, because if we look at the leaderboard so far, at both the round difference and the points, we can see that there are definitely some clear favorites, like Invictus and Hammers. They are up there, 10 and 9 points respectively. They are way ahead of, let's say, G9 or Valorous. Valorous and G9, they're third and fourth place, but both of their points added together is the same that Invictus has. So Invictus will be interesting to see. Are they able to hold their lead in the main tournament number 2? Probably they will go to the finals anyways, because they'll have to play really, really bad in order to just not get to the finals at all. Getting those 10 initial points in main tournament number 1 has definitely helped. But then there's also some new names that we haven't seen before. For example, today we're actually going to watch a game from Underestimated. Now, currently, Underestimated has 0 points on the scoreboard, but if they have a very, very good main tournament number 2, it's possible that, if everything goes according to plan, they get some luck as well, they might even go to the finals. So don't underestimate the underestimated, I guess. Let's take a look at the brackets and which matches we're going to watch so far today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these matches are going to be some super fun stuff. We got Invictus versus Team G9, and then we got Valorous against Underestimated. Now, if you look at their points, they've made their way through. I've seen some 2-0s across the board, just rolling their way through. Except for Invictus, there was one with Crossfire. They did get 1 point, but pretty much, it's the same way across the board for everybody. Just kind of 2-0 and everything, or just the win-loss to get here. So everything should be pretty solid as far as the teams are concerned and what they're looking at. I mean, depending on which team you're favoring, of course, it really depends on a little bit of that RNG, what the map selections are, and all the things that go into it. But we got to know what these guys are playing for. If you guys are new here, again, this is season 5, but we do have the pricing and everything that these guys are working for. Right now, we're in the main tournament, which is up here at the top, and the final tournament is obviously what we're working towards to get. So going down to sixth place and on, we'll be getting those 1,400 credits. Third to fifth place, we're getting 1,400 and 10 event cases. Really, what obviously we're trying to get to today is find out who's going to be getting to that second and first place. For the finals coming up here for the main tournament, which is $250, 3,000 credits, 15 event and premium cases, $500 for first place with those 5,000 credits and 20 event and premium. Now, Once we figure out everybody who has the points, which underestimated is again not out of the running. If they take this all the way home, by all means, we should be seeing them here in the finals. But no matter what, if you get there, you get $200, 3,000 credits, and 10 premium cases in fourth place. Then you got third place, 500, 3,000 credits, 10 event and premium. So similar to the first place, the main tournament, just less cases. Then you get to the second place and the first place for the entirety of circuit itself, $800, 4,000 credits, 15 event and premium. And then lastly, whoever is the best of the best, $2,000, 5,000 credits, 20 event and premium cases, and the one to be able to show out, strut around the servers online with the unique Circuit Season 5 skin. This will be a complete unique skin for just the winners on the team. So if you see this online, just know you're in the midst of champions. And it's probably not going to be such a great time unless they're on an off day or maybe they're playing one-handed or whatever. So it's probably going to be a bad time. But if you can grab the weapon and look at it and have a good time, I'm sure they'll show it to you. But honestly, I love the design of this. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's. I feel like every time that there's a circuit tournament, the skins are just absolutely insane. Like, I kind of wish the devs would add like skins like these to the cases. I would buy more of them, you know. But yeah, the skin is definitely great. But what is also great is the fact that we are slowly preparing for our first game of the day, which is going to be Invictus versus G9. Now, this matchup, I'd say, is maybe a little bit less interesting, simply because the points aren't really of that value here. Like, both teams already made it to quarters again, so they already have pretty good points. However, the second game is going to be, again, Underestimated, who currently have 0 points on leaderboard, so I feel like that might be a bit more, high stakes. Although this one is quite interesting because it's like probably Invictus and Team G9 will both go to the finals. So this is kind of like a preemptive, semis or perhaps even finals. We can see how these teams play now, and then in a month or so when the finals happen, we can see how they have kind of stacked up and what they've done to improve or regress. Anyways, let's take a look at Invictus side here at the leaderboards. Their achievements as well. I love that we have achievements now, so it's a bit easier to remind yourself perhaps who these teams are, what they've done so far, their legacy, their respect, what have they achieved. And as we can see here, they have actually gotten second place in the Circuit Season 4 EU Finals, so Invictus, definitely a team to look out for. Currently on the top of the leaderboard, I'll remind everyone, 10 points for them. And they also won the European Main 1 tournament. That's the reason why they have 10 points, right? And yeah, so far a very, very good map win-to-lose ratio. 38 maps won, 16 lost. That is really a tough battle to go, a tough opponent to go against. And if we look at the players here, I mean, again, Invictus, it's like old players with a new name. Pretty much everyone on the leaderboard here, player-wise, is a well-known and respected person in the community, and they've played for a long, long while. So yeah, Invictus definitely a feared opponent. We can actually see that Vulgrant has the most games, I believe, or is it Japon? I'm not quite sure. Hold on, let me try to enlarge the screen a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, Jeppa. Okay, Jeppa, he has the most games here, but pretty much everyone is experienced, and perhaps some new names as well. For example, Resume only has 13 maps so far. Then if we take a look at the other side of G9, we can see that maybe their achievements aren't like that crazy as it was for Invictus, but I feel like that makes them the underdog, and never disrespect the underdog. Like, we've seen a lot of great stories come out of these circuit tournaments where the team that you kind of expect to lose, they maybe don't have the best lineup or the best fighting or the best chances to win. They simply have the best fighting spirit, and they win it out. So we can see still some very, very respectable achievements here. Maybe maps won, 2 maps lost, not really that impressive as it was for Invictus. For Invictus, is like 2 maps won, 1 lost. Here it's maybe like 1.5. But still, some great names, some highly respected names in the community, namely Adel, Keaton, Xer, Fair, and we've seen all of them like play. And I feel like Team G9 is a bit more individually, like, they play well as a team, but when you watch them individually, sometimes one of them can just clutch out a 1v4, 1v3, and having that X factor, having like the ability for some of the players to just take the round or take the game even in their own hands and just win it out single-handedly, I feel like is a very underestimated thing that maybe the stats don't show, but when you watch them, you can smell it, you can see it. So yeah, I feel like the first match of today is definitely going to be interesting. Again, Invictus kind of in the lead, just on paper, but definitely G9 has prepared strats as well. So let's take a look at the actual maps that we'll be playing on.
Absolutely. So, guys, we got to figure out what these teams are going to be playing today. It really does matter. It depends on the map picks and what they're comfortable with and what they really, really want to do. First off, it's going to be Invictus taking out Canals. They do not want to do it. They don't want to take any chances. And so they just want to go and get it out of the way. G9 going to go and take out Bureau. Good heavy standard map, but they definitely don't want to do it. Grounded are tried and true. This is where we're going to find out where champions are born. Same with Raid coming in, which again, nice kind of OG map. Which honestly, I like Raid personally, so I'm happy to see that as a pick. Sad to see Village go, which that doesn't bode well for the next, to Sing Soar. But unfortunately, Legacy is going to be taken out by G9. Only got a couple maps left for them to kind of pick and choose what they want to do, and that's going to be Port is going to be removed. As much as I love it, it's sad to see it go, but it's all up to these teams what they want to do. Invictus does not want to. The last two maps, it's going to be Plaza and well, I was wrong. We do get to see Soar. So, or hopefully get to see Soar. So it depends on how things go. Grounded and Raid, depending on how this goes. I mean, these are your tried and true maps. So if they've picked it, they should have some solid strategies. And with these players being super veterans, they should be able to really hold these out. But again, both teams are kind of super veterans, so being able to do that, it just kind of all depends. And then if it's at all necessary, we have Soar ready and waiting for us to see. But Invictus, G9, Grounded, Raid, and Soar are going to be your maps. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. Again, we should be seeing two super solid close maps. Again, not really sure if one's going to take it in two or the other one is the same thing. It just really all depends on how things go and a little bit of that RNG, right? Just that little bit of luck that goes into it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like today's maps are a very unusual map, I would say at least. Like we've never really seen Raid. I believe we've seen maybe this is the 4th season of Circuit I'm casting, right? Maybe I've seen Raid like 3 times tops. So it's very interesting to see it in the map pool. And I love how it is the second map, so we're actually going to see it. Soar, also not really a favorited map by these competitive pro players, but it's the last map, again, as you said. Maybe it doesn't go the 3 maps. Hopefully it does, so we do actually see Soar, but it's great that even if it doesn't go the distance, we'll still see Raid. Personally, Raid is my favorite Critical Ops map. I just absolutely love it for many reasons that we'll touch on when we actually get to the second game, but first, we'll start with Grounded. Grounded is kind of the hallmark of Critical Ops competitive scene, I'd say. It's a very, very good map for competitive play. There's a lot of different strategies you can try. There's a lot of fakes, there's a lot of executes. There are different ways how you can get on bomb sites, how you can fake stuff, how you can hold positions on the coalition side as well. So Grounded is just like your standard, competitive map for Critical Ops play. And it should be great. It should definitely set the tone for the rest of this best of 3. Whoever takes it, are they going to win in 2? Don't really think so. Again, I feel like G9 will show us maybe a bit more than simply their stats did. I feel like they definitely have the fighting spirit, especially coming in as kind of the underdogs in this matchup. But yeah, great to see Grounded as the first map. Always a pleasure to watch. And pretty soon we should actually get into the map, as I can see on the stream here. Knife round will come up any second. And then, as always, maybe for the people who are just tuning in to the Critical Ops competitive scene, knife round is first. Basically, both teams knife to decide whichever team can pick the starting side. Because, for example, on maps like Grounded, it's quite important, actually. Like, the breach side is a bit more disadvantaged than the collision side. So if you can start on collision, you can start off the game early and just win more rounds than the opposition, and that can impact you mentally a lot. And we can see here, Invictus, now they are not giving G9, the underdogs, any chance here. They just simply take the knife round. Probably would be my guess that G9 start on the breach side then, because Invictus are going to pick Coalition, but we'll really see. Maybe Invictus are trying to play some mind games here.
Yeah, it really all just kind of depends what they do. And the fact that they still had 4 guys left alive, I'm not really sure how they did that. I assume it's just they double knifed everyone and then able to swing back around and do it. But that's already impressive as it is, not just having just one guy left. So they've definitely had and their practice. They've definitely had their breakfast and their lunch today, and they are ready to go. And so we'll be starting off here for the first round, for the first map here for the semifinals. Let's see what G9 has up their sleeve for this first round.
Yeah, pistol rounds are kind of interesting in terms of weapon choices, because there are many different weapons many different pistols you can buy, depending on what you really want to do here. So we can see a lot of P250s here, and well, they're definitely getting put to work. G9 seems like they're opening up the breach side round here. Very, very important, because again, oh, Volgrant, okay, he gets one. Gets another one, there's no way, and there you go, fair. Doesn't, makes it fair, you'd say, like, doesn't give chance any room to expand here. Takes him down, G9. Very solid first round, and on the breach side, it is very, very important to actually get the first round, because you don't really get that many rounds on the breach side. Again, like on a half switch, I'd say it's a good score if you on breach side you have 4 rounds, because it's just going to be easier to get them back on the collision side. So the fact that G9 are able to take the first round here means they'll probably take this one as well. As we can see, AK-47s against XD-45s. I mean, we can pretty much we can easily guess which one is going to take the upper hand here if everything goes according to plan. So yeah, great start by G9 here, showing that they might be the underdogs, but they're definitely capable of steering it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because especially with how they're placed around the map. Yeah, they're pistols. I mean, but if they were, obviously 3 of them versus 1, it would actually go a lot better. But considering, let's see, Jeppa and Recurse are really the only 2 that are kind of close to each other. So that does not really bode well against, AKs and SGs. So just the way they're placed, it does not look too good. A little bit of damage. Looks like they're able to get at least 1. But looks like, yeah, we're going to see Crux Fair getting another one. Master coming in, taking a nice headshot. And Volgrant is, definitely not far behind to join his team in the Shadow Realm. There is a Mixage, last man alive, and a clean tap to the dome. So, yeah, G9 getting these first 2 right off the bat. Like I said, if they can get the 4, it's solid. Well, they're already halfway there at this point. So they really just kind of lock it down for 2 more. But honestly, they're doing at least a great job here at the early start, getting those first 2. Now, if they can pick up this 3rd one, it should be, at least in the terms of rounds, it should be a bit of a walk in the park, as long as they have a solid defense when they switch over.
Yeah, so far nothing too far from usual here. I mean, getting the 2nd round is definitely what they should have done, and executed on. Very good stuff from G9. Now is where the actual fun begins, because Invictus have bought up, they have cash, they actually don't have it anymore, because Mixage, for example, has a Euratio in his hands, and we know how damaging Mixage can be. Actually, a very interesting spot to play with the Euratio. They're quite close range, and you can get easily overwhelmed if, G9 decide to rush, but maybe that's the magic. Maybe Mixer just wants to pick one off, but actually Pre might be the one picking someone off first. Spotted a player. Oh, and it's so close. Oh, both teams exchange some bullets, but no damage yet. Oh no, Pre, he gets completely flashed off the angle. Great play by G9 there. Perfect execution. That flash really opens up the bomb site here. I mean, Recurse, he's the only one left on the site. And it's going to be hard for him. He has to watch 2 angles at the same time. His legs are exposed. Okay, the smoke actually comes in clutch for him, because now he's able to isolate angles here. Oh, and Mixage, look at this. He is up. Oh, that's going to be so hard to spot. Oh, and what a shot as well. But one player has actually crossed, but Mixage doesn't care. He just takes them down, misses the shot, but, the only one left. Mixage, man of the round here. Definitely should get the MVP for this round. And Invictus, yeah, they're not going to let this one slide. They're not going to let G9 just, win it with no competition. The first rifle round, they are coming in strong.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Just being able to hop up just above the smoke, and obviously on the other side, they're trying to make sure the truck is clear, they're making sure nobody's around, make sure they're maybe at the far side, you know. But still, just having just that slight little peak above, that's so big for Mixage. And the fact that he's so deadly with it, and he's accurate, makes it so much worse that you can't barely see him. And there he goes again, taking 2 out right now. Adolkid and Nax getting taken out. Crux actually taking him out with the hand cannon, but low no. Fair. Actually, not doing too good.
Perhaps he's reciting, just going over the strategies there. I'm not really sure what was happening there, but yeah, sometimes that happens. Maybe some connection issues should be resolved pretty soon. Either way, Invictus take the second one, so now it's all equal again. But I'd still say G9 are in, they're definitely in the lead here, even though maybe the score is the same. Technically, they only need like 2, maybe 3 rounds to have a good half, and I mean, there's still 8 rounds to do that. So yeah, they can afford this. They can afford to just go with the Eagles, kind of try to figure out where the Coalition players are playing, because that's another thing. Like when you play on the Breach side, the more rounds go on, the better you get, because you start understanding how the Coalition players are playing, where they're located, and you can adjust your strategies to better suit their game plan. So the fact they're able to get 2 rounds in the first 4 just means that they'll become even better and better, or at least should in the following round. But yeah, Recurse here should be easy walk in the park here, pre-assists, an easy triple there, and not really looking too good. Although Naxera, that is a good headshot, but Pre, he is just on fire today, getting those eco frags. And look at this, Volkrant just playing with Master Sada, kills all hope, and Invictus 3 rounds up now.
Yeah, if they could just grab, and the fact that Fair was a little bit AFK there. Again, like you said, it doesn't really hurt them too bad, and so they may have necessarily lost a round due to that, but the fact that they still got 7 more left to go. It's looking pretty nice for them to be able to still get those extra rounds. And, I really do enjoy that the symmetry that looks like that their movement together. There's always at least 2 together, if not 3. And just it seems the placement and where they're able to be at is so nice to see them flying together. Like double nade right there at the exact same time. Down to 2 HP. Just the tap of a foot, he's going to be going down. So he's going to have to retreat and make his way back and not be in the line of fire. But overall, I mean, I think what they're doing is great. It just seems like their map sense here for Grounded seems to be really good. And this is Invictus's pick. So as of right now, they're looking pretty good as far as just the way I'm watching them play, the way they're moving.
Yeah, Invictus seems like they understood that they can't continue G9 to just get rounds pretty much for free. I'd even say, because like G9 played good, but it seemed like the first 2 rounds just kind of they were just handed to them. So definitely they are coming back with a vengeance. And even though it's a 4v5, technically a 3v5 because Bree is on like a few HP points here. Oh no, what is that? What is that, Volgrant? We haven't seen that before. At least I haven't. That is a great wallbang right there. Playing on the sound, I guess, and just spamming it down. Many HPs lost, but Naxera able to take down Volgrant, so at least the G9, it's a bit easier for them to open up the A side here. Naxera, he has definitely single-handedly won this round. I mean, look at this. How does it keep going, man? I have no idea. Naxera, he just he really sipped from the energy drink before this round, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Pre, the only one actually left alive. Remember, and I said it was 3v5 because Pre is on very low HP. Well, he's staying alive. He's just going to save the weapon, the ratio, in fact. Probably going to drop it down to Mixage, but I mean, Team G9, they don't really want to let this one slide. They know how important the money must be, or will be pretty soon, for Invictus, so they're just looking for those last few frags. But yeah, Pre holding a very nice angle there, rotating away as well, so he doesn't get chased down, or at least, he tries to avoid it. And there he goes, equal scoreline once again. Great execution by G9, especially Naxera. See, this is what I said in the pre-show, that G9 are kind of the team where one of them can just blow up. Like one round, one of them can just decide, you know what, I'm just going to win this round. And, well, we definitely see this on the scoreboard. Naxera, he had 1 kill before this, now he's on 4. And definitely the reason why G9 won this round. Other than that, I'd say the scoreboard looks pretty fair. Wouldn't you say so, Master?
Yeah, as far as the scoreline goes, everybody's looking nice and close. And the fact that G9 is, again, like you said, the underdog, they look as good on paper, but, these guys are well-seasoned, veterans. Again, most of them playing 2016, 2017, 2018. They've been around for good couple of years. So again, and that's where you kind of got the flip flop when it comes to picking your maps. You can go for the well seasoned, like Grounded. Very OG. But you also run the risk of the other team being very well seasoned on that map too, to where Soar's our final decider if we need it, which could allow if one team practiced more than the other, and they play it more often. That's kind of that we don't know that because it's typically the map that's not necessarily played. And see, like Mixage here, we can tell he's done this a couple times, especially right here with the U ratio. He just don't take heads.
Oh yeah, I have a deja vu feeling here. Like I believe it was the third round.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets a double, but still, that's not enough actually. G9, they take the fourth one here. I really liked what you said about like the map picks at the start of this round. I kind of feel that teams are maybe underutilizing the ability to just pick a map that nobody really ever plays. And, before they pick it, they just grind, let's say 1 week. They say, okay, nobody ever picks Raid, so how about we just grind Raid? Like, we just play it every day, we practice it every day, we get the strategies, we get the smokes, we get everything on point, and then we just pick it. And we're probably just going to win it, simply because nobody ever picks it, so nobody ever practices it. So, even though G9 are able to get this grounded opening game started quite early, getting what happened to the fifth round here? I mean, Recurse, okay, he's doing this, so might not come true that quickly, but I mean, there's no way they'll lose a 2v5, right? Well, 2v5 turned 2v2 now. Definitely not a round that G9 wants to lose. I mean, they're able to win when it's like a 3v5, but then this happens, Still 2v2, so hopefully they don't let it go that badly. Seems like the bomb is retrieved and it will move on towards the B side, but Invictus are ready for that. As we can see, they're both rotating towards that B bomb side of things. Pre is actually on side, but he isn't sure where the players are. He might get caught off guard here. He does see the utility coming in, so should be a walk in the park, I guess. Crux takes down Pre, and Rico is the only one left alive.
Yep, he's going to see what he can see, which is nothing, considering they got right across his line of sight while he was flashed. 1v2, he sees defeat, he sees him dancing, but can he make the contact? Because again, as far as he knows, there's nobody next to the plane. He might assume it's a good thing to think about, but which side is he going to be on? And looks turn for just a second to check his side, and Adolkid able to clean it up. So G9 at 5, where 3 to 4 is solid. So honestly, if they just keep going at this, I mean, if they have anything similar to what they're putting out right now, as for when they switch to Coalition, it's going to be a good day for G9 here for Grounded. And again, got to remind you, this is not their pick. This is Invictus's pick.
Yeah, I mean, so far, coming from G9, it's only positives, I'd say. Sure, they've lost, like, some rounds that maybe they had a chance in, but when Fair does that, when Fair just, like, jumps in, sees the player and somehow takes him down first, even though, like, the scopes were on him, yeah, it's hard to do anything about it. And, I mean, Recurse here, he might get one, but, again, getting overwhelmed, so many angles to watch. M4 also not the best weapon, and everything is, like, taken care and dealt with here, like by G9. Look at this, like Nexero, he's ready for the peak. They know that the player is lost somewhere in B mid, so they just watch it. And okay, Mixage, that's a really good shot, actually a very aggressive peak, but it works out for the better here. Definitely Mixage taking the aggressive stance that he should have taken there, because now the game slows down a little bit. Some smokes are thrown, maybe even direction change. Yeah, G9 figure out, you know what, we got 2 players on B. Probably the rest are now quickly rotating to B because they're afraid they won't be able to hold the site. So how about we go A? There shouldn't be more than 1 player on A because they only have 3. And I think it's B. So yeah, Jeppa is everything here. He does spot the players, but Adolkid takes him down. So an equal refrag there. And now a 2v3 situation. I feel like G9 will be able to get on site and get the plant. Vulgrant has to do everything here.
Yeah, and as right now, as long as now that they've gotten across without getting into basically sights, Vulgrant's here can try and get a little bit out of the way, but Master goes ahead and says no, but Mixage also gives his opinion and says absolutely not. But now it's still a 2v1 close quarters with 2 rifles versus a U ratio. Not necessarily the best, but Mixage is probably going to be one of the better ones to be doing this type of situation. But as long as they're not standing it, right behind each other, it's going to be fine. So there's no collateral going. Now see him. Grenade flies. Crux kills him. And obviously, we're going to see coming from the side from the other door anyway. So another solid round. 6 on the board, man. We still got a couple more rounds left to go, and that's still for G9 to be able to take
G9, they look so fly today. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Invictus are making some mistakes as well. Like in that last round, I have no idea why Mixage went for it, to be honest. Because their money, they can barely buy. They can't buy the Eurasia anymore. And it was a 1v2. Like, it's so hard to clutch a 1v2 with a scoped-in assault rifle, especially when you have to defuse the bomb. So, I mean, okay, Jepa. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's very specific. Like, maybe...
Well, hold on. I'm sorry, hold on. Did you just see that? Jepa got 2 kills through the smoke. He just spammed it and got a double. That's... I mean, okay. The gods of critical ops are giving them... they're giving them a chance to come back here.
Oh, he saw his jacket. Jepa for another one. Alright, so that's 3 for Jepa for this entire round. I think... the three people left for his team, Big Vulgar, Recurse, and Pre. I think they can take out two more. Jeff has done a lot of the legwork, so it should be pretty good. This should be for Invictus. But again, U ratio is going to be real deadly if they peek right there, right into the belly button.
I mean, Jepa got a triple in this round, so if Invictus are not able to hold this round, hold the lead, then...
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Okay. Fair. Yep. Yeah. He just does that. Well, despite Jepa's best attempts, seems like G9 will take the 7th one here. And honestly, I feel like it's because every single round, just one of these players just blows up. Like literally, he just decides, okay, yeah, it's my time to win now. It's my round. Because sure, G9 they have good strategies. They have good team play. But when it comes to the individual play, it's crazy. Like we can see on the scoreboard here, Nexera, right? We remember that round where he just decided to get a triple. Fair in the last round does the same thing. So yeah, G9 very, very, very strong individual prowess coming into play here, and I mean definitely shows on the scoreboard. 7 for them now. Definitely not the opening you'd expect, especially on Invictus' map pick.
Yeah. Typically you pick it, you've got something ready to go. And I mean, you could, like, by all means, your strategies could be absolutely dominant. But being a tried and true map, you run into that risk that, aka G9, who also may have some tried and true stuff, and just one by one, like there's nothing, there's a few spectacular moments, but it's nothing like, quads and aces. It's just they are just eliminating one by one, keeping it solid, and just eliminating the other team, just in the way you would kind of expect it to go. One here, one there. And Vulgar, like right now, he's in a bad spot. He's got 2. Can him peek it for a 3rd? Yes! Here comes Vulgar to show us how it's done for those fancy bolty kills.
Well, Jepa is in a 1v2 again. Again, money not really on Invictus' side, and he's going to go for it again. Again, a 1v2 sniper clutch. This time maybe a bit more doable, especially after getting that kill, and also because the bomb is not planted yet. And to be honest, G9 have to get their move on. Fair has the plan. There's only 15 seconds left. And he might, he's trying to fake it out. He's trying to actually hunt for Jepa, but Jepa knows it. Jepa knows he has to just stay alive as long as possible. And oh no, this is not good. There is no time to plant anymore. Fair. He's just going for the outplay. Oh, there's no way. Fair. What a shot from Fair. That is absolutely insane. He's been having the game of his life today. I mean, that previous round, he already just insanely got 3 kills. Also, this round, he just peeks and he just gets the kill. Somehow he's just faster. He's just clicking heads faster, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy play by Jepa there, getting the sniper quick shot. Quickscope headshot. That is absolutely insane. And G9 moving up to 8 rounds here, approaching double digits.
Yeah, they are so close. They are at 8 on the scoreboard. Invictus at 9. And they're just, again, they're just taking them out one by one. Although this one's looking a lot better. Recurse assigned to his multi. But of course getting taken down, and Fair as well, making it a bit more fair, making it down to a 2v2. Health advantage on Invictus, definitely. Jepa making this a lot better. Taking down Master there, but Fair looks like he's gonna kind of hang out. He does not have the bomb. So I guess he's just kind of waiting to see if anybody peeks, which he may be the one to do the peeking. I mean, we have a whole minute on the board still. So
Coalition wins.
yep, one
All right.
one. He misses, and his head goes instead of his. But you know what? Again, that's fine. Look at this. They're switching with eight on grounded. So I mean, I again, they just gotta hold this out, and if they can get the pistol and subsequently the one right after that, that'll push them up to double digits. Now, obviously, Invictus really needs to take this pistol round right here. They really kind of have to if they're going to want to sit really nicely.
Yeah, like this pistol round is pretty much everything for Invictus. I'd say there's still a sliver of chance they come back, but it's just going to be so hard.
Yeah.
Although, they have almost all crossed into A site now, and G9 are kind of preparing for A mid/B hit. Some Kevlar's broken, some help coming in here, and oh, it's just frags everywhere. But G9, actually Nexera, Reign Superior gets a double there before getting refragged. Oh, but Pre gets another one. The health is so low on both sides. Oh, Master Sadak actually gets one. Now a 2v3 situation, and Adalkid gets another one. This should be over here. Pre, low HP, they expect and know where he is. Does get one, so does attempt his best there, but yeah. G9, take it, 9th round for them, and I feel like with this, it's all over. Like, sometimes you have like on a coalition sided map, you just suddenly have a very good breach side, but then you can't hold it on the coalition side. But, I mean, G9, they had a great breach side. Then they're winning the pistol, actually getting retake quite dominantly here, so they're going to have extra money. And then now it's like P90s and a Deagle on Jeppa against Augs, Kevlars, Nades, Utility. Also just, you know, more belief in themselves because they're already 9 rounds up looking for a 10th. So yeah, I feel like this will be a G9 victory here, and we're really seeing an upset in the first game. I thought on the screen that the guy that had the P250 got the kill, but Pre is doing his best.
Coming in.
Yep.
And he fares just his face.
That's quite unfair.
I mean, that's very unfair at this point, considering they've just now hit double digits. Invictus at 4. It's still possible. We've seen it. We've seen it do it before. We've seen it happen, but man, Invictus just really hasn't picked up. How many rounds has it been since they haven't picked up a round?
I feel like maybe 4 or 5, but does that really like change anything at this point? Like it feels like it's just all over for G9 here. I'm sorry, for Invictus here. It's definitely not all over for G9 because they're 10 rounds up and they're just looking for more rounds to get here. Getting some spam through the tarps here. And actually Vulgrant, okay, that's an opening. Does get taken down, but on the breach side, the more players go down, the better it is for you. Like a 5v5 on the breach side is way worse than a 2v2. But, you know, when Fair does that, there's not really much you can do. Fair is...
And
Fair is...
Again, at the end,
yeah, he's having an unfair advantage in this game. He's playing like he's playing fairly, but you know his skill level is it's unfair to the rest of these players here because once again
he's got to be at 20 kills at this point because he was at 13 when we last saw it. So I mean he's got to be in the 20s at this point.
Yeah, can we take a look at the scoreboard real quick? I actually want to see the. I feel like Fair. Yeah. He's at 23. Look at this.
Yeah.
He has more than twice the amount of kills as the next guy in his team. So, yeah, this is exactly what I mean when I say G9. Just one player suddenly shows up in one game. One of these players decides, you know what? I might actually just win this. You know, I'll just win it. Why not? And when you have Crux and like other supportive players on your team as well, who you know you can depend on. Sometimes you're not going to have the round. Maybe you have the game, but you don't have the best round. It's really hard to do anything here, and Fair, yeah, he just goes in, gets Vulgrant as well, Adalkid, goes for the support. Fair doesn't even get taken down because the team support is so insane here, and we're looking at such a huge upset here. I mean, it's not often that you see Circuit Season 1 winners. We have to remind everyone, Invictus won Circuit Season 1, and now we're seeing the winners here just get absolutely demolished almost. I mean, there's an 8-round difference, and... it might as well be 9 in this round. So, insane performance coming in from G9. I'd actually say that G9, it's not that Invictus are playing bad, sure they're making some mistakes, but G9 are just playing insanely well. Like, look at this, they know everything, they know the wall bangs, they know like everything that they need to do to win. Look at this, look at that smoke even. Like, look how useful it is to like check under and just hold angles. It's insane. G9, yeah, they're just on a different level in this game.
Yeah, and see, and the fun fact as far as even to be kind of the upset piece, at least on the YouTube poll, there was 220 votes, and Invictus was set to be at least when I was able to last see it was 57% for Invictus, and it's definitely not going that route. They are definitely the fan favorites as far as everybody watching, and this is their map, their pick, and everybody called it for them. And now, unfortunately, it's looking to be probably not over yet. Well, maybe so. Mix it.
Alright.
Maybe.
Wins.
All right, there we go. Crux, finish it off right there. Although, beautiful last two-piece from Mixage to end it. But Fair ending up with 25 kills. And again, everybody solid. 14, 12, 10, and 9. And then we got 13, 11, 9, 9, and 7. So again, not bad as far as everybody's score across the board for Invictus. It's just one by one, things just kind of happened where G9 just took it ahead. And yeah, we still had Fair, doing his thing, and same for Nax and Crux getting 2 and 3 pieces. But again, nothing super out of the ordinary besides Fair on the last couple of rounds. And they was just solid gameplay. So congratulations to G9 for racking up the first round. Next, coming up, we will have map number 2. That's going to be on Raid, which is going to be G9's pick. So maybe Invictus has something. Maybe they've planned for something since it was their pick. Maybe they've practiced Raid more than they probably should have practiced their pick of Grounded. They may have thought, hey, Grounded, we got this. We do this all the time. But clearly G9 came with a little bit more prepared. So I'm hoping Invictus really tried to dial in on Raid, seeing as it was the opposite team's pick, and then maybe we can get to Soar.
Yeah, I feel like G9 just played so well in this game, and also what we saw from Fair. I mean, the man literally had twice the amount of kills as anyone else on the scoreboard. Like it's crazy. Nobody else was breaking like 15 kills, and then he's on 25, and also having the most assists. I believe he had 4 assists as well, which was the most on server. So yeah, I mean, especially going to raid now that we'll watch like after the break. It's like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do when one of these players just like shows up like like in this way? Like it's insane. I have no idea. I have no idea what Invictus will have prepared, especially because yeah, raid is G9's pick, so it's gonna be even harder for Invictus to even come back from this. And then if they actually do come back on raid, then we're going to Soar. Reminding everyone who's just tuning into the stream, yeah, very very interesting map pool today. We're having Grounded and then raid and Soar, which doesn't really get played at all. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Before we actually continue with the next game, there will actually be no break, but what there will be is an interview, because G9, maybe they didn't have the best game, but it's a best of 3. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Sure, G9 won 1, but Invictus, they still have a chance to come back, and let's actually take a look inside, kind of pick their brains a little, take a look inside the team. And so we have presented for you guys an interview from Aki, who is a player on Invictus. Mako is going to talk with him. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the interview, and we'll see you after the interview.
Hello, my name is Mako, and I'm joined by Aki from Team Invictus. How are you doing, Aki?
I'm doing pretty good. What about you?
I'm doing well as well, thank you for asking. I guess without further ado, let's hop right into the first question. So, how are you feeling about going into the second main tournament, semifinals in Circuit Season 5?
Oh yeah, we are feeling confident. Like we just beat G9 2-0 2 times in a row in Circuit M1 and Polaris tournament, so we are hoping to make it 3 times in a row. So we are feeling good.
Yeah, I mean, third time's a charm, right?
Yeah, we are going for.
I wish you guys luck for that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Well, not talking about Circuit for a moment here. So Critical Ops Worlds tournament is just around the corner. Has your team done any preparations for this tournament?
Yeah, actually, yes. Our team has done a lot of preparation, like such a good scrims or making strats, but I don't want to reveal too much, for other teams.
Yeah, I
So
totally
that's
understand.
all I can.
Yes, I do understand. Um, so you don't need to go into specifics, but have you like prepared sort of differently for Worlds than you would, for example, Polaris tournaments or Circuit or these other tournaments?
Yeah, we actually practiced. Um, we made like custom games, like we tried smokes and flashes and a lot of stuffs, like to get ready for any tournament. It doesn't matter for us if it's Polaris or Circuit or other tournaments. We are trying to give our best to realize what we want, and yeah.
All right, that sounds good. Um, Let me go into a bit more casual question. So, um, I want to know a bit about your teammates, as like person or personalities. How would you describe your teammates during a scrim or maybe even a tournament game?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like everyone is very calm and communication is well. Like during the scrims, it really helps us to prepare or to play a tournament, as they don't get nervous or communicate. It's pretty well for us. Even yeah, when we practice, we are chilling. We are not screaming like we do bad smokes even in tournaments. So yeah, that's a good stuff.
All right. How would you describe your teammate though in like a um are they all like these funny guys, or are some of them like very serious and very like passionate
Yeah,
about the game?
yeah, I will say that Vulgrant is kind of serious when during a tournament, and Jimmy is like the funny guy. Even he's a genius when he IGL. Like his brain is so good for this game. He's like made for this game. And the rest ones are just like me, like normal.
All right. Um. Okay. Well, I want to know a bit.
Yeah.
I want to know a bit about you. So, how did you come up with the nickname Aki?
Yeah. I had a dog, a husky, and before I started playing Seops, he died, and he was a really good dog for me. So I said, why should I not keep his name as my IGN? Uh, yeah.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, that's
Um,
sweet. I should listen.
I'm so sorry for your dog.
Yeah.
I'm sad now. I would have
Ah.
wanted to see this husky.
It's fine, mate.
It's really amazing that you sort of let the dog live on as your name in here. It's
Mhm.
really cool, really cool. Um, all right, Aki, I have one more question for you. It's probably not very normal question that you would expect, but let's imagine
Yeah.
you guys playing the finals. How would you react if you found out that one of the players in the opponent team is actually your old teacher?
It's a good question. Let me think 1 second. So, if I will play against my old teacher,
Mm-hmm.
I will probably wish him the best because he teach me how to play.
Oh no
I
no no
will.
no no! I'm talking about your school teachers.
Ah, and I and I will play against him.
Yeah, your school teacher.
I will probably, if I will play against my maths teacher, I will probably beat him up because I didn't like him at all. He was such a bad guy with us. And in race with the other peoples, I will wish them the best. And yeah.
All right, all right. Those are some good answers. Well, those were all of the questions that I had for you, Aki. Thank you for doing this interview. I really do appreciate you pro players coming here and talking to us and sort of giving us the perspective of a pro player. If there is anything you want to say, your fans, your friends, your teammates, or anyone else, now would be the time to do so.
Yeah, I will want to say hi to my Romanians because I'm a Romanian. And guys, stay tuned. Invictus will do something. Yeah.
All right. Simple yet effective. Amazing. Thank you, Aki, once again for doing the interview. I really do appreciate it. But now we go back to the stream. Hello, my name is Meiko, and I'm joined by Sadok from Team G9. How are you doing, Sadok?
I'm doing great, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great as well. Thank you for asking. Without further ado, let's jump right into the first question. So, what are your feelings going into the second main tournament, semifinals in season 5 of Circuit?
Well, I feel very great as I've been trying to reach to semifinals in Circuit for 2 seasons now. My first Circuit season was on season 3 and didn't go as successful. And on season 4, my team disbanded halfway through, so couldn't do anything there. So now when I finally got what I wanted, I'm looking forward to go even further and reach the finals.
All right, I wish you guys luck. I do hope that you guys can go a bit further this time.
Yeah.
Well, not speaking of Circuit at this point, but the Critical Ops Worlds tournament is just around the corner. Has your team done any preparation for it, if you manage to get into it?
Well, as now summer has finished, we have tried to put some times to actually practice and have a good quality practices. It hasn't been as successful as I have been wanting to, but we try step by step because we are looking forward to win it all in Worlds and Circuit.
Win it all.
Yeah.
That's pretty confident. I like it. All right. Well, I want to know a bit more about your team. Earlier, before we actually got into the interview, you said that you're a new addition to the G9. So, how would you describe your team?
Well, so my team is originally only Turks before they encountered some problems and tried to accept 2 Europe players and one being me. And as a former leader, we tried to play with each other, and it worked out very well for immediately. And we decided to keep working, and we decided to play Secret Main 2 tournament together.
All right, nice.
Well, you want me to describe my team? I think it's the funniest team I've been in. The Turkish people in the team is really have really good characters, and I'm really enjoying my time with them. And I'm very thankful for them for accepting me. And I know that they have been thanking me that I have helped them with my stuff, what I can do. So our strengths and weaknesses has been molded together to reach one higher level.
Nice. That's really good to hear. I hope you enjoy your time there.
Thank you.
One question about you personally. How did you come up with your nickname, Sadok?
Well, it's my in real life name, and my first ever game was Clash of Clans. I'm sure you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2013, I was 10 years old, and I thought, as a kid, I was a confident kid myself. So I thought, my name is Sadok, and I'm like the best. So I'm master over everyone. And I was like, all right, let's combine the two and call myself Master Sadok. And since then, I've been using the nickname for like 90% of all games I've been playing right now, and in the past.
Nice. Like, keep that name. It's good.
Thank
It's
you.
good.
Thank you.
It's good. All right, Sadok, I have one more question for you. This might be out of the normal questions you would expect in a critical ops related questionnaire, but let's imagine you guys play in the finals. How would you react if you found out that one of the players in the opponent team is actually your old teacher from school?
Old teacher from in real life school.
Yeah.
Well, that would blow my mind to a million pieces, because I would never in a million years expect that in a game that I play and reach the highest level, I'm playing against my own in real life teacher.
That's
So
kind of the point
my
of the question.
yeah, so my life, my mind would be blown in million pieces, and I would probably go go to him or her the day before and wish her and him or him luck, and have some snacks together, and then the next day destroy each other.
All right. I'm gonna take
As
this.
hard as I could be.
I'm gonna take this a bit further. So let's say that the enemy team, the opponent team, wins over you guys, and your old teacher would be the top fragger of the game. How would you react?
Oh, top fragger, and it's my own teacher. Well, I would not attend my classes for a week. I would not attend the classes for a week, probably something like that. I would probably be a sore loser or something. Like my own teacher top fragging me, I wouldn't show my face.
All right, that's a good answer. Those were all of the questions that I had for you, Sadok. Thank you a lot for doing this interview. I always appreciate when pro players come here and share their wisdom with us peasants here. And if there's anything you want to say to your fans, your viewers, your friends, your team, anyone, now would be the time to do so.
Well, I actually face a player in the semifinals in the team of Invictus. His name is Rikers, and known as Aki. And he's basically my Habibi, and Habibi means in Arabic my love. So like we have really good friendship, as we have been playing together in Critical Ops since 2018. So that's almost 5 years, and I'm really looking forward to destroy him, and I know he's looking forward to destroy me. So shout out to him that we have been making this together. And for the fans out there, I would say that expect a big 25 round gameplay in 3 maps, because G9 is not going down, and I know Invictus, one of the top teams winning the last main tournament, won't be satisfied with 1 win and wants to continue winning. So both teams gonna give 200% max, and the fans, I hope you pick the right team to support, because it's not gonna be easy. That's for sure.
All right. Thank you, Sadok, for doing the interview again. I really do appreciate it. And
thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I wish you guys good luck for the tournament.
Thank you.
And we go back to the stream.
for hanging out through the break and listening to those glorious interviews with Invictus and G9. And also, you know, we got a beautiful face reveal from the good old master there, Sadak. Being able to see him, he's what a beautiful man he is. But also giving us, you know, something different for these interviews. It's always nice, and it's always nice to hear the backgrounds of these teams. You know, finding out what their inner workings are, how they approach situations, how they do in the matches, like how, you know, the thought process behind it. And you know, it's always good for not only us but you guys to know those situations, because circuit is open to everybody. You guys want to join when openings and signups are available, you guys can join. Anyone's welcome. And it's always knowing what to do in those situations if you have been there or if you haven't. But again, thank you guys for hanging out. Those are some beautiful interviews. But right now, we're going back. We just got done seeing G9 take the victory over Invictus on Grounded on Invictus's picked. And so now we're going into map number 2 on Raid. So Twist, how do you think this is about to go? Now that we see G9 and what they've done and how well they played, just as far as individual and the team play, of just eliminating round after round after round.
Yeah, I feel like saying that G9 will win in 2-0 now, you know, the good old caster's curse will just kick in, and they'll probably. So I don't want to make any predictions here. I've been paid by both teams to say that they will definitely not win. I'm kidding, but you know, it's kind of the caster's curse when you say that one team will win and then the exact opposite happens. So I mean, we'll see with time. If we look simply at maybe you know, percentage-wise, what's more likely to happen, I'd say that G9 definitely have the advantage simply on paper because it is their map pick. They had a very, very good first map, showing that, you know, maybe their teamwork still needs some work. It was still very good, but it wasn't like, you know, the top level. But just like that individual prowess, for example, coming in from Fair, being able to get more than double kills than anyone else on the scoreboard. I mean, if G9 are able to, you know, have one player just pop off again, then it definitely should be all over. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'd say it's also very important for like which team starts on collision side here, because Raid really depends how you play it, but you know, kind of historically it's more of a collision sided map. So knife round as important once again. And yeah, I'd say Invictus have a good chance. Maybe if their morale isn't too low, they have a good chance to come back, just because it's like not really that big, not really that used map to play on. But we can see G9 actually getting the knife round here. So Invictus got the grounded knife round. So now we see Invictus actually not getting knife round, G9 getting it, being able to pick the starting side. And well, starting on the collision side, like, okay, G9 will win. Fair. I got broken. G9 will win. In my opinion, G9 will take this game and take this best of 3 and 2. Yeah, I might have done irreversible damage to their scoreboard here, but they're starting on the collision side. They have everything, literally everything that they could ask for. Getting a very dominant grounded win on Invictus's map pick, 9 rounds up. That is a round difference you don't normally see. Then getting to play on the second map on your map pick, as well as picking the starting side. And now they're all grouping towards A, exactly where Invictus are going. But Vulgrant, okay, and Recurse coming in. All right, so this is exactly why you don't say that G9 will win, because then this happens. They are still stacked up towards that CD side here, but they're completely smoked off, so it'll be very hard for them to really do anything from here.
Yeah, this is going to be really difficult, and the fact that they, you know, a lot of these times, you know, you get a 50-50 shot as far as which way you're going, and right now GTA coming in for a double Vulgrant to clean it up makes it easy. And with that 50-50 shot, you know, are you at the right bomb site? So it's nice to see they actually met in the middle, right, at the same place, but it looks like Invictus was a little bit ready to go. And again, you know, as I mentioned before, for anybody coming in, you know, they may have practiced Raid since it wasn't their pick. They may have practiced that more, and vice versa as far as G9 goes. I mean, the fact they were able to take Grounded, so with such a massive difference, may see the same thing here. I mean, I assume that Invictus is just gonna walk home with the second round. With the Jotty. Mixage.
Hold on. That looked so
Get that
funny.
far.
Crocs was like looking death in the eyes, but he couldn't do anything about it. He actually got a headshot. I don't know how he didn't get the kill there, but Mixage just showing up big time, now getting the ratio with some good cash in the bag as well. And yeah, well, Invictus, now they're 2 rounds up. Funnily enough, the first game started with G9 winning the first 2 breach rounds, and then Invictus pulling back on the collision side, so might see that again, but with 5 shotguns in play, this is going to be very interesting to see how G9 actually position here. Some damage exchanged, flash going in as well. And seems like G9, they just want to push up. Adelkid gets a great frag there, and he's looking to retrieve the weapon. Unfortunately, that was the only
Ooh, fair.
shotgun on the team, but fair. Great play there. Fulgrim does take him down.
He couldn't get the weapon swapped in time. But we've still got 4 shotties. And we've got 3 assault rifles, 2 AKs, 1 SG, although we've got at least 1 down. 1 versus Duke and Crux double clutch this. And it's gonna be enough. But the fact that they still took out 3 out of 5 is still fantastic with pistols and shotties. Not necessarily the best, but still taking out more of their money regardless. And now we're going to see the full buys. I mean, they took the extra bit, gave them the 3rd round, and now we have a absolute full stack out of G9. Now, this is where we really get to see the G9 strats coming out here for Raid. Everybody's got grenades, everybody's got flashes, smokes, and all odds. Everybody's full buy on their armor. This is kind of where we find out if this is going to happen or not.
Yeah, the first real rifle round and Crocs. Oh my god, there's no way he just did that. Crocs. That's absolutely crazy. He just knows where to spam. He just knows where to shoot. And Invictus, they're taking the A side by storm, but literally everyone on the side of G9. Look, there's 5 players towards the side. Fair gets a good advantage there, gets a frag. Oh, and Vulgran, he's so aggressive with it. Does get a double headshot somehow, but probably not anything more than that. Fair able to refrag, and now 1v2 retake. Mixage in a 1v2 with a ratio, and they're just going to overwhelm, peek him together. Perfect play from G9 there, and finally get the round. So, not looking too dire. I mean, after the first 3 rounds, I was like, yeah, I should not have said that G9 will win. Now, it's actually looking like, you know, they might turn this match around. I really like how G9 played that 1v2 there. They knew that the last player has a ratio, and because of that, they pushed up together. That's what you should do most of the time in a 2v1 situation anyways, but yeah, great play by G9 there, and now they're able to buy up. However, if we look at the Invictus side, if they lose this round, they probably have to go eco, so if G9 are able to get this round, we might be looking at an equal scoreline here. And Fair has a nade lineup. That's a nade lineup for a long. The smoke will land there. Or it should at least.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody pull that one.
Hold up, what?
They're all flash. Nobody can see each other.
Okay, nobody's... Okay, okay.
Doing his due. He's getting the job done.
Mixage was already on site. That was such a funny moment.
Bomb has been planted.
He still kept it down.
How are they doing this? How are they... Okay, Fair. Oh no. Again, they're peeking together and Fair. He is so unfair. He's so unfair to the rest of the players here. Already has 6 kills in 5 rounds. I mean, it's not like insane. Oh my god, 6 kills in 5 rounds. But still, it's pretty good. And when you need him, he goes and he just comes into play and he does exactly what you expect from him. Exactly what he needs to do. Yeah, G9 up. And now exactly what I said is happening. Invictus, they don't really have any money. So, they're just opting for shotties here, and okay, maybe an AK here and there, but definitely not the best buy. G9 definitely should be able to capitalize on this one. I'm not really sure how Invictus, like, it was weird. Like, they were on site, and then G9 suddenly were just starting to pick off players, which shouldn't really happen unless you're peeking, which you shouldn't do when you've taken site already. Fair spots some players, almost tries to take one of them down, but doesn't. Crocs, meanwhile, takes down GTA, and Reekers, but yeah, Invictus, they're so quick on that A site. They just get on that A side within like 20 seconds of the round, every single round. It's crazy.
Yeah, they've definitely got some good speed with it. Fair trying to see what he can see. Got the nice little crosshair here. He sees the bomb. It's thrown. He now knows there's at least one on either side.
Bomb has been
at
planted.
minimum. But you know, it depends. I mean, that's gonna be a really hard spot. He's going to work real hard on that. Can get some flashes out, some grenades. All right. So
Yeah,
now,
G9 are going for this, but the hold is impeccable here. I mean, it's really hard to do anything there. Mixage doubling down with recourse, holding down the angle, and now they know where Fair is. Take down your ratio as well. They'll probably pick it up as well.
do his
Yeah,
work.
Mixage. Great round for him. I believe the first round was great from him as well, so... Yeah, we can see here, Fair, again, top the leaderboard on the Collision side, but seems like Invictus, they don't want to let this one go in two games. They want to take this one to the full range. They want to take this to the third map, which will be Soar, if we do get to that. And Invictus, it's been 6 rounds so far. Okay, Mixage. Never mind whatever I said. He just gets a frag like that. That's absolutely crazy. And Fair, he keeps battling Euratio. Yeah, he just keeps peeking. He knows there's a Euratio. He's playing so aggressive here. Let's actually see if that plays out to his advantage. And finally, Invictus are going somewhere that's not A. Because the first 6 rounds, they just rushed. They literally just pressed the rush push A button every single round. And it worked out for most of the time. So Invictus understanding they might have to switch it up because there are 2 bomb sites indeed to attack. And the bomb does go down with no conquest here, no contest. 4v5 retake. It will be interesting to see how this one goes.
Yeah, as of right now, G9 not looking bad. And well, let's make it at least a little bit more even. Fair's gonna do the same thing. GTA, Nax, Volgrant, Max again. Down to 1v2, and Recurse actually able to tap both of them out of existence and rack up another one on the board. 2-5. Definitely not as bad as far as rounds are going so far. We still got obviously some more left to go, but it's definitely looking a lot better still for G9 than it did for Invictus on Grounded. So they can still pull back some ground. They can still pull it back and make it a little bit more closely on the score line, which, who knows? Maybe G9 again go do something similar when they swap over. Maybe it's just the speed that they're going at this point, but there's definitely some really good opportunities still left on the table. Recurse, Fair getting 1 each. And love that Fair got it with the shoddy. Saw the shoddy pop up with the grenade. And doing some nice jump shots. And Trenton looking good. 3. Just trying to get
Okay.
Beautiful. And I love they're just shotgunning, just back and forth, just and somehow pushing them back.
All right. I feel like that was a missed opportunity there. G9 seemed like the retake was in their hands, but yeah, Invictus played very good there. And Invictus are up to 6. And although I do agree that G9 kind of has maybe a bit better advantage here, I'd say it's, if you look at in terms of like 3 games, if you look at this game, this is why I should not have said that G9 will win, because, well, Invictus are really advancing forward here. And that's another thing, like this is quite a breach-sided map. Like, you do get quite a bigger advantage. I mean, a collision side map. You do get a bigger advantage on collision side.
Man.
So, yeah, it is interesting to see. And look at this, like Invictus, they're so quick. They throw a few smokes, a few utilities, and the bomb is already like entering the site and just gonna go down any second now. Seems like G9 they haven't really prepared for defending the bomb site. I mean, Nexera there almost gets a frag, but with Mixage playing as he's playing right now, it's really hard for G9 to do anything here. And Fair is like the great equalizer, you know, he comes back, he tries to take down Mixage, but not really, you know, he can't do everything here. It's a 3v3 and all players again entering from that CD side, and you know, when you're battling a head glitch, it's really hard to do anything with it. Last player, Master Sadak, left out 2 HP. Probably gonna get pre-fired here. Yeah, just gets run down, pre-fired by Volgrant. Invictus, they're having a good game, but again, I feel like G9, they're just not defending the A bomb site. Like, literally every single round, except for maybe 1 or 2, G9, Invictus, they just push up the A site, and they take it by storm within like 10 or 15 seconds. Like, if G9 want an actual chance in this game, they should just like lock down the A site better. Especially on their map pick. Like, they picked this map. They should have been a bit more prepared to lock it down. And, okay, Master Sadak, he takes the aggressive route, he peeks it, but when you peek it, well, you do get refrag from your teammate, and Fair with a kill on pre as well. So, bit better, but the problem is, guys, it's not A, it's B in fact, and the bomb is down. So, once again, Invictus kind of an advantage here, because, first of all, tunnels are smoked off, and all the players are coming in towards tunnels. And then, Okay, they're actually... It's so weird how G9 retakes, though. Have you noticed, like, they all go from the same spot? I don't really understand it.
Well, you know, if one goes down, they're going to guarantee the kill the way they're rolling. Now, again, there's still 2, but then you got Recurse there that can catch them both off guard to the side. So I think if they kind of cross the hairs a little bit, you know, it'd work out a little bit better. You know, one looks forward, one looks left, and then, you know, you kind of bob and weave kind of in between.
Bomb has been defused.
For the crosshairs. But still, Nax coming in, clean up the last 2, and be able to get the defuse on that. So I think it really just comes down to them just not only staying together, but also really taking a more, that's going to be a little odd, but, you know, taking a more aggressive standpoint, right? You know, being able to go forward, take that aggression, and meet them before they, you know, just walk up into the bomb site.
Yeah, I feel like with how the game is going so far, like any change of play for G9 would like only do good. Like they can't lose more badly. Like they can't lose rounds more badly. It's like, yeah, just try it out. And it's interesting how these smokes work. Like, seems like players are looking below them to actually spot the knees. And
just sit up there to go off.
yeah, I feel like some crazy lineups are required for this. But yeah, G9 they do get the 3rd round, so that's good. Look at this, fair. He was like checking the player, just making sure if he wants to hold the trigger a bit longer or not. But I have no idea, like, they're getting outplayed. Like, Nexera didn't expect Mixage there at all, some miscommunication definitely in play, and, you know, it's only so long that Fair can get, like, double kill rounds almost every single round. It seems like there are definitely some communication issues, because that should never be the case when you just walk into opponent with your knife out. That's really not good. And I have no idea what I'm watching right now, but somehow Fair is making it work, getting the 3rd kill of this round, looking for more. The problem is, the bomb is planted, and player Heaven is really hard to take out. But Fair, no way, okay, Fair gets taken down. G9 need a little bit more than Fair. Like, if we look at the scoreboard right now, I'd say he's probably the only one. Yeah, he's 7, again, he's like double fragging. And then Adalkit, Crux, and Sadak are on 2 and 3 kills respectively. So, G9 still have a chance in this, but the only way back into it is having those bottom 3 fraggers, like, just, you know, light up and actually get some frags, which I do believe that they're capable of. I mean, again, all of these players are really experienced and they've been playing for a long, long time. So, you know, a bad start to the game doesn't mean a bad end to the game, but it's about time they start, you know, showing us that good end.
Yeah, they need to activate their skills and, you know, drink a little bit more of that go-go juice and get their fingers moving a little bit faster. Because really, if they balance that scale a little bit and really, you know, 1-2 kills other than Fair, then this should be, you know, pretty easy for them to take. Now, Nax is here to show up and do what he needs to do. We've seen him at least be taking, you know, at least 2 most of the time, so should be good for himself. Master's ulti getting taken out, Crux for at least 1. Here we go, Nax trying to do it, but he turns just enough. He didn't get the kill. I think just some of his bullets just didn't connect. Switching on a 9-3. Not necessarily the best, but depends what they have prepared. No, maybe they're just an absolute ace at taking bomb sites. Maybe they're just not, you know, the best at defending them. It's definitely possible. Likelihood? But, you know, we also love Soar, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. But, you know,
that's a good way to get out of that.
Yeah, so it's great. You know, it definitely gives us a great set of matches to see, but definitely G9.
Look at the map though. It's so funny. Like they're on the opposite sides.
It's just rotating around each other.
they're trying to find where the players have gone. Oh, this is gonna be a huge battle in tunnels. Or actually not. Seems like both teams just retake all together. It's so weird. Yeah, okay, well there's like 15 seconds wasted of the retake. Seems like Invictus will be going for that Belong/Heaven retake, but G9 have planted for tunnels, and they will just all stay in tunnels and just try to deny the defuse as long as they can. I'd say that's a pretty good strategy. Croc's getting a kill, and oh, the defuse is actually, they're trying to just defuse. That's such a fun, that is such a chaotic round. Like, if I didn't see the team names, I would be like, yeah, this is your casual defuse lobby on like a Friday afternoon. But nah, it's actually professional teams, you know. Sometimes stuff like that happens as well. It wasn't even played badly. Like, it was just that one team pushed, you know, the other side. So Invictus pushed the A side. They expected them to be there. G9 just planted, and then Invictus developed the one of the best strategies I've seen, which is basically, yeah, we're just gonna defuse and stay like 4 people on the bomb, so you can't figure out which one to shoot. And while you're figuring that out, we were just gonna defuse. That was a very weird strategy. And now they've switched. Now everyone on Invictus is in tunnels. And the Nexera is just hungry for those kills, so he's just pushing in, taking down GTA as well. And now 3v5 situation here. Recurse. Yeah, well, a kill probably would have been better, but I mean, this round is done and dusted already. 5th round coming in for G9, so they are squeezing that lead that Invictus had a little bit. They're taking a few rounds back, and even though still Invictus kind of have the upper hand here, you know, it's looking better for G9.
They're just hungry for those kills. So you just see them just stomping around looking for him, like, where you at? They're trying to find him, and look, Mixage just trying to hang out. And they're slowly finding him. Mixage able to pick off at least one. The donkey does go down, but Master decides to change that out a little bit and take his weapon to go ahead and have maybe he's a friendly frog kind of guy.
Yep, possible. Definitely possible. We see that Mixage is under Euratio, and so even though he's the main Euratio player, the main sniper on the team, we haven't seen that much with the Euratio today. He's definitely had some great moments with the rifle. Like, I would say he's one of the main driving forces behind Invictus having the lead here, but with the Euratio, I haven't really seen it. So if Mixage is able to activate with that Euratio, I feel like that'll be the final piece that you need in order to actually win. And I might have to change my perception of this map here, because it seems like it's really breach-sided. I thought it was collision-sided, but yeah, it's really not. Like, look, I have no idea what's happening though. Everyone is just out with knives, flashed out. Adelkeed, okay, he gets a double, and this is Critical Ops, everyone. This is the Critical Ops competitive scene. Somehow, everyone is just like flashed out, and I don't know, this is such a weird game.
That's what you thought.
And Mixage, yep, and then he just does that. You know, 10 seconds earlier, everyone's walking around with knives flashed, and then he just gets a headshot like 200 meters away through a smoke with a sniper rifle. So yeah, he's definitely having it. What? No. Dude, what is happening? This is such a weird game. Master Sadak does get the advantage on Mixage.
Wrong. So that's the problem. We're thinking too difficult about this. We're like, hey, let's take what we know. You know, it's collision, right? You know, it's collision side, right? No. See, we're thinking too hard. We just got to let them do what they do. The map is what it is how it is based on what they're doing. What we know, just throw it out. Just throw it out.
Yeah, I feel like we're using our heads a bit too much. You know, thinking only ever leads to bad things happening. So might as well just not think and enjoy the gameplay. And that's exactly what Master Sadak does. Yep, the smoke. Why would I not push that? Why would I not take down two shotgun players here? It's been 20 seconds into the round, and Master Sadak has unlocked collision spawn. So that's interesting to note. Meanwhile, Nexera just spams through I don't even know what that is there, through some fence. Yep, just gets the kill. GTA spots 2 and decides to retreat, and then deals 99 damage, most likely with the shotgun. This game is everything but what we expected, especially since the round switch here. But it's great to see. I mean, G9, they're coming back strong. Somehow they're using all the illogical things, all the psychic forces that they can to bring this game back into their favor.
Yeah, because they're sitting currently at 7, just racking up these rounds. Invictus still sitting at 9, but somehow they're just plowing through and getting into the bomb site pretty much the exact same way, but honestly, I think a little bit faster than Invictus was. So it's just really, really weird to watch how they're doing these. They're just coming in, the angles that they're running through is just really odd. You know, you're not really expecting it, and everybody coming up from the sides and from behind, and here we go. The bomb's already planted again.
This is the 19th round, all right? Let's say 20. There's been 20 rounds so far. In like 16 of them or 15 of them, and 75% of them, the bomb sites just get taken uncontested. I have no idea how it works, but it seems like the breach side, whoever's on the breach side, they just pick a bomb site to go for, and then they get on it and they plant, and then it's like a 5v5 retake, or in this case like a 3v5, sure. But it's so insane to see this, that there isn't really any there isn't really battle before taking the bomb site. It seems like this game is mainly based on just retakes or the inability to perform them. And yeah, G9, they know the bomb's gonna explode, so they're all just moving towards CD spawn. Crux still dies from the bomb, but I mean, the cash is definitely there. And that's another thing, like, on Invictus' side, they can keep buying. They don't have the worst money situation, but G9, they've won 4 in a row here. Or actually 5. They won 5 in a row here. So their cash will be good until the end of this game, pretty much. And actually, Noxera has showed up big time. There you go. Finally, Crux, Adelkeet, and Master Sadak showing up big time as well. And that's exactly what they needed. Because once these 3 bottom frag players activated, once they're actually starting to have good games as well, it's just so hard for Invictus to do anything. So it's great to see that, you know, if you sometimes have a bad game, just try it. Try a bit harder and maybe it'll work out. It definitely has for G9 in this case. And yeah, once again, the bomb site, I mean, it's a 4v5, the bomb goes down. Another one of these situations. Very weird to say. Very weird to see, at least. Yeah, to say at least. And yeah, Crux takes down GTA. Adelkeet with a nice positioning there. 2v4. G9 seems like another one is in their pocket.
Yeah, and the fact that pretty much every kill we saw just now was those bottom fraggers down there. So bringing up 1 or 2 kills out of them really leaves it open. I mean, Nax is just I don't know. He's wall banging through smokes, taking heads, and 2 minimum 3 kills. And you know, again, the bottom ones, if they could just, which I mean, yeah, again, they play their roles with the way they play the role. You know, just because they're not 25 kills doesn't mean they're not doing their part as far as the team is concerned. But the fact that they're able to just clean it up between the 3 of them, pick up the last 2, and call it good. It's just insane for them to be able to pick that up. But the fact it's on the breach, you would think, hey, they could just hang out, hold the spot, call it good. But no, doing it in the weird order. And at this point, it's tied. It's 9-9, and we went to the flip with 9 on Invictus, and so they've taken 5 rounds in a row, and that's what we're looking at. It's now 3v3. Left alive, Dolkeet's a little bit lower, but at this point, I mean, that doesn't mean anything, apparently. It just kind of depends if they want to take the bomb.
Yeah, finally we see some actual fights before the bomb site gets opened up and the bomb gets planted, because now it's a 3v3, and G9 are not really able to just rush in the bomb site anymore. But if they do move towards the A side of things here, as we can see on the minimap, they are slowly entering the A site, and very soon the call will come that it's actually empty, because very unusually, like, they are coming in from the collision spawn, so they will have all the information that, the last place that someone could be is maybe tunnels here. But Mixage, oh, he's having a great game. He does get 1 there, so that's a little bit better. But with Pre opening up this A bomb site here, oh no, Pre, he has the perfect positioning, takes down Master Sadok. Okay, now we have something.
Oh, and he's hopping down. He knows he's underground. Who's gonna get the hit first?
All right,
Mixage.
that was a weird spam.
They finally have turned it over to the double digits. First round after the swap, going into Invictus, making them going up to 10. I don't understand, but you know the fact that we don't understand, I think, is fantastic. They're going against the grain. They're doing stuff that we just have no idea what they're doing, but somehow it's working. But the fact that they're both doing unknown weird things, and somehow it's just the other team, or really G9 at this point, is prepared for that. And it's just really odd, and I love it. I love seeing the differences, and the fact that it really comes down to who can see who first, not necessarily your necessarily strategy.
You know what I think it is? I think if you look at how quickly the bomb gets planted, it explains everything. If the breach side gets on site in the first like 20 to 30 seconds and they can plant the bomb, they win the round. So the main objective of the collision side here is to just deny the early bomb plants and the early site takes as much as possible. Because it seems like every single time that the breach side has just gotten on site like early on, it's been like game over. Like, it's so hard to retake. We haven't really seen many retakes, maybe like 1 or 2. So it seems like the main objective for the collision side here is just making sure that the breach side doesn't rush on the site within like 10 or 15 seconds. And I mean, this round, G9 got on site, they planted maybe a bit late, but in the previous round, the first one that Invictus actually won on the Collision side, it was a round where they didn't allow the early bomb site takes, and it actually took a while. And when you can't like rush a bomb site anymore, it's like, well, what do we do now? Now we have to execute it, and if we have to execute it, it somehow doesn't work. So I guess the strategy for Raid is just run forward and plant, and if that doesn't work, then we lose. seems like that's what we're seeing here. Like look how quickly they're entering the bomb site. Yeah, they're gonna be on site within like 20 seconds, and Invictus are trying to battle it with some nades. But the smoke comes in, there's not really much you can do from this position here, and the bomb will go down like any second now. So they literally took the bomb site within 10 seconds or 15 seconds of the round starting again. And now it's like, okay, so I can use this head glitch that Adalkid was using, or I can just stay here and just check it from here. And even though like all 4 players are low on health, and it's a 4v5, we can still just hold angles, and it's so hard to retake if you're on the Coalition side.
Yeah, at this point, he just flashed himself, and unfortunately, that's going to cost him. Invictus still taking some names, flashes are out, so GTA coming to clean it up, but well, this is not easy, really, at this point. Basically, it's hop in, get the bomb planted as soon as possible, and the fact that they can just lock it down. There might be one person. There might be one, maybe 2, but I mean, they're just all rushing in before they can even, set up camp and kind of get their communication underway. Because I mean, at this point, the way things are going, if you're the in-game leader, you want to make sure you got next round set up when your last guy's alive on the last round. Because at this point, you can't really talk and set it up. You got 15, maybe 30 seconds to make a plan for the next round. So you better be big brain in that and going up a couple of rounds ahead just to make sure that you've got everything squared away and enough time to convey that to your team.
Yeah, especially on the A side here, like Coalition players get on the A side just a little bit earlier than Breach players. So Breach players can really abuse that, because if you're not like straight just like running to the A side to defend it, you'll arrive at the same time as Breach players or even a little bit later. So yeah, you can, on the Breach side, you can just like run in and do your best, and we can see this. Okay, this time they actually took a reasonable break and kind of scouted out the situation here. But yeah, once again, all you need is really one player with the bomb on site, and well, then you can start playing on retake here. So 4v4 retake coming our way as well, and this is a very important round. Like if Invictus are able to get the 12th here, we might be looking at the 3rd map here. But GTA is able to not defuse the bomb because Adalkid takes him down. Alright, well now it's a 3v3 and Nexera takes down Reapers, and it's like so hard to retake. Okay, Volgrant 1v2, he's defusing! And he gets spammed, taken down. Crux takes down Volgrant. That was a little bit too close for Team G9's liking, I'd say. But they do get rounds, so we're back to an equal scoreline. This game is so chaotic, it's really going both ways here. Interesting to see.
Yeah, we're just going back and forth now, but at the beginning we're just like, well, just go back and forth, just rounds start racking up. They're rolling over with 4 to 9, and it's like, they only got 4 left to go, and it doesn't look like that's going to take much. But then G9 does the same thing, just flies on the bomb site before you can be ready, and just taking it home. I mean, look at that. B right now is just open. Like they just made a lot of noise, and obviously that you should definitely take that into consideration when you start hearing that. But now they're having to come back to this type of a retake. They haven't got it planted yet. Everybody's in there.
Yep, Adalkid takes on Recurse, and this seems like 12th one for G9, and not looking too good for Invictus. I mean, what can you do? What can you really do when the opposite team has developed an impeccable strategy that just like we haven't ever seen before or even thought of, which is rush, guys. We just rush and plant. Like that is their strategy, and it's working so flawlessly. G9 getting the 12th one here. Yeah, just rush and plant. That's true. And they're getting the momentum as well. Like they're definitely getting the momentum in terms of rounds. And I mean, Mixage, sure, he can try to maybe get some exit frags. I don't know, take some rifles out of their hands, but nobody, like, that doesn't really change anything. G9 is still at 12, and all they really need is one more round where they just all just press forward, just, on their joystick, go as far forward with the joystick as you can, just lift that thumb as high up as you can, and just get the plant. And that's it. That's the game plan done.
Yeah, speed is all you need. Just get in as fast as possible. Right now, I don't know if it's gonna go that way. I mean, they're obviously gonna make a bunch of noise here. It looks like A maybe for them to make all that noise. And we're seeing Fair. He's gonna run around. Maybe they're making a lot of noise at B. Maybe they're making them think that they're doing that to entice them to then, hey, we're gonna go to B, over to A because we're gonna do that. That make a lot of noise and then run away. Which then they can double back and dupe, and then again it's these big plays. Like, look, they're all running away now. They're going back. And it's like they're really doing this like double play, make a lot of noise where we are, and then make it look like we're leaving, and then so now they're gonna rotate out. Now look, B's open. If they just go up to heaven and pop right in, it's a double fake.
I'm not really sure. I hope it works out for them, but I feel like the more you think about it, the less. Yeah, now like Invictus are winning because G9 are actually trying to deploy strats. I feel like they when I started to question like why the hell are we winning all these rounds is when they lost the magic because now I mean okay they do get the plant. This might still work out in their favor, but I feel like they should have just the last few rounds just keep doing the same thing. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like why would we start doing like harder strategies if we can just win by rushing in? But yeah, seems like it doesn't matter. Adelkeed gets a double and Crux with one on Mixage as well. Great game, very chaotic game to say the least. Nexera and Fair showing up big time. Mixage is also a great asset for the side of Invictus in this game. Unfortunately, not enough to take them over that edge and take us to the third map. So yeah, G9, congratulations. They are the Circuit Season 5 main tournament number 2 semi-final victors. They are the first victors of the semi-final. They are going to move up to the finals next week. Congratulations, G9, taking it in 2 games.
Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic, and they definitely deserve it. I mean, just deploying strategies we've never seen, and then 26 and 25, 17, 10, 10 for their scores respectively. I mean, don't get me wrong, Vulgrant Mixage did show up very good, 18 and 25, and then we did see Recursion 16, but it came down to I don't know, that weird push and everything that they were doing. It just was, again, what we never seen, like most of the time, you do the strat, you do the fake, you do everything you do to make sure, everything's, the way you want it to go. But they said, absolutely not. Let's just fly in as fast as possible, hit the throttle, go. It's for some reason it was working, and then they're just beating them right there at the bomb site, and it didn't matter which one it did, whether it was A or B, it just kind of worked. So, again, G9, congratulations on that ridiculous play that we saw from you. Don't know how it worked, but it did, and you guys are moving to the finals. So, congratulations on that. But we do have some more games coming up. That's not going to be the end for us today. We still have 2 more teams to go up against each other for game number 2, which that's going to be in respective. That's going to be Valorous Gaming and Underestimated. Now, as we mentioned earlier about Underestimated, is to not be underestimated. They have 0 points right now, so they still have a chance to get those yummy points. But before we get too far about that, gonna let you guys know because we saw some beautiful clips today already. Some multi-kills, some great kills and things. But that's gonna go into the Zuvi clip contest. So for everybody who's playing here, they have a chance to in circuit, get those clips, get those a chance to win $200 with the hashtag Critical Ops Circuit. But you guys watching here at home, doing all the fun stuff, playing the game, having a good time in your casual, ranked, custom lobbies, whatever it is, you guys can take your clips, record those, and get a chance to win $130 cash with the hashtag Critical Ops Casual for that. You guys can download the Zuvi app on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. You guys can hit the link, the onelink.to/Zuvi, or you guys can scan that QR code on screen. Either you guys can pull that up on your desktop, scan the code, do whatever you need to do. Either way, there's lots of ways to get it. You guys can download it and be a part of that top clip contest and get some extra cash through September, October, and November. So, guys, get your clips, get them uploaded, get your hashtags. It's very important for them to find it. And get some cash in your pockets, just like these teams are working away to get those cash for this tournament. But, guys, don't go anywhere. We have Valorous and Underestimated coming up very soon, ready, and they're getting in the dressing room, getting nice and prettied up for you. We'll be back after the short little break to see who's going to be moving on and going up against G9 in the finals. See you in just a bit.
See you guys after the break. Quick, time is already starting to run out, and that's another thing on Legacy, like retaking sites is actually really hard. He is able to find one, takes down Aruka. Probably knows that one more is top, but yeah, the time is definitely not on his side here. So many angles to check. This is one of the reasons why it's so hard to retake, but actually finds another one. And here's the drop. Oh, he might actually have this. If he sticks it, there is a chance. Fearless tries to take him down. Crux, what a clutch there. 1v3 Ninja Defuse. Crux trying just will come in. Wives finishes off Adel Keaton. I mean, unless we see another 1v2 clutch by Crux. Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't. This is doable. Nice flick there on Star, but he doesn't know the second player's location. Oh, he might not check it. Wives checks it and gets the clutch. Crux playing absolutely insane here. 2 clutches in a row to keep G9 in this game. Star is definitely accelerating here in terms of skill. Really great shots. I mean, that Deagle defend was just nasty, just a pleasure to watch. Aruka gets a nice double there, denying G9 once again. And this is G9's rifle round, so this is where they should start to get rounds. And Hez able to get one. Is he good for 2? Let's see. Noxic. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the good old Noxic. What am I talking about? Star? This is Noxic, man. He gets a triple. Nice positioning.
Bombarded with equipment, but they're trying to do kind of one out of their own playbook. Pre, boom, Gappa, swapping it out, but right now it's Baines as well. And here we go, Pre just rushing right in, and ooh, see high, right barrel stuff to the face.
Be all about, just getting as many rounds as you can, exactly as you said on Collision side, because it's gonna be hard on a breach, but there we go, fair. Gets an opener, or the flash might go big there, but solid work from him. Gets it second, and looking for the third. Oh, fair. That's nasty. Gets the third one as well.
Steve for another one as well. They're just rolling. Keep going. 2K. Hez. He is still alive. He's got 1. He's got 2. Oh, he got the 3. He got the 3K. Then the DXZ showed up.
Yeah, it just seems like S2, they will be able to take this home, especially with Mixage doing that. Mixage, that is so crazy. Triple piece there. He's playing absolutely out of his mind today. Looking for the ace once again.
And they still got the Deagles to contend with, which Wives is there with the SA to go ahead and clean it up. Bree, last one. Solomon's. Oh, wait. Oh, double. Triple.
Oh my god.
What? Oh, he doesn't have the time.
But there's no time. Oh, that's such a shame. That is so unfortunate.
We've got to push it all the way forward. Solomon's getting a double. Baines going for the trade. Noxic for the double. And triple. Jeppa. All right. Noxic Wives gone. Still got to contend with Star doing that. And that. And that. Oh, okay. Wait.
Back rounds very quickly in the competitive esports of Critical Ops, so it's gonna be interesting how it goes. Oh, Jeppa, he's gonna go. Jeppa, no, only gets a double, but actually leads down 2 more players and Baines. He's just pretty much finishing what Jeppa started. Gets a double and a triple there.
Warren's Cam, we'd love to see Bonnie here. Warren's cat joining us for this little segment. She's gonna say hi.
Bonnie, say hi. Look, Bonnie. He is able to trade out that kill on Hoodie, but spectacular of Hoodie to get the first kill. And the A site defense collapses. The bomb needs to be retrieved before it can be brought into the A bomb site. Isaac finds a kill. That's going to help a lot because there's still no bomb plant. Rat can get 1. He can get 2 kills here if he's fast enough, but Isaac already goes down.
It's going to be happening more so over towards B, not really over towards A. Injure will evade the sight line of those B players, though Hoodie, I believe, has made the call. He's seen at least 1. You can see here the defense now posturing for this push. Pretzels does find 1, 2, and Hoodie as well answers back. Pretzels finds 3, and they're both so blind. Jure, the last one alive, and he will get taken out. Nacello kills himself with the nade. Bomb plant, so they're gonna have to peek him both at the same time, if anything. But Rap will take down Triton in the first one, and will take down the second. Hoodie out of the round. Rap the double kill, the triple kill total in the round. Will get taken out eventually. Now Triton tries to stop them or slow them down at the very least, but will get naded all the way back to his graveyard, and nothing more can be done. Rain, 10 rounds for them, 3 rounds away. Agonized, but Annoy still there. Isaac and Raph as well. So an interesting strat there. Oh, Zure through the wall takes down Nacello.
And is this a mid rush?
It seems like it might be. Grenades right now, you can see, oh, perfectly thrown there by Zure. Does a good amount of damage. He throws it over the top of the wall. And Hoodie only finds one, fully blind, and will get taken out. Rain. Seconds left. I think Rain have done it. If they can clear out the B bomb site, this will be incredible. But it seems like, no, Isaac's going to close it out for them. And Triton, they can't do it. Isaac double kill to win it. And Rain have made the reverse sweep work, 13-12. I don't believe it. Rain are your champions.
I don't know if anyone made noise here. Still playing it very slow. Ooh, Legion, they're getting hit hard. And you know, that first flash already giving away their position. Eri taking out Ori with that pre-fire X Squadron. Their predictions have been on spot on this round so far, and it's really helping them out. Getting some damage on Impressive from Legion. Ori also getting taken out. Reborn, Illis, Ori, Eri actually getting 1-2 and X Squadron with that double kill right there. It's absolutely insane. We see Emily though coming in. Illis, Impressive, Ori. Oh my gosh. Just like that, he gets the ace. What am I? The caster's curse has developed, and Emily, he's gonna stick this mission. Again, it's so silent. Team Inc is just locking down these positions, and it's working pretty well. Vels, again, pulling out the shotgun, like you mentioned. Double right there. Could go for the third. He gets the assist. Legion takes him down. Vels taking out Nuclear. 5 versus 4. And we see another one. Reborn getting taken out. Vels with the triple. What's going on? X Squadron is falling apart. Impressive taking out Eri. Gapi. Really like McLaren's axe. Actually really matches the Eagle. See all those nades. Ori. Oh my god. McLaren, Surge. They're all getting lined up in this eco round. Those eco rounds. The whole point from eco round. Getting as many kills as possible. And maybe a bomb plan or a defuse even. Ninja defuse. Akira with the 3K with the SA though. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh wow. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. He was fast.
And now it's up to Ori, who only has 34 HP. I know, right? He is fast.
But I can see why Team Inc didn't expect him to be there, like, all the way over there. It's like, what? He's, like, taking every single possibility, and then... Oh, not that one. Oh, my God, that flick. Jesus.
Polish, and they've somehow been able to make it up the stairs without any shots fired, or barely any fired at all. A couple grenades going back and forth. Democracy, see if he can find anybody. He's gonna have a kill buffet up here. It's Kuz and Democracy getting kills respectively. Both of them doubling up. Surge finally gonna put out Democracy, preventing him from doing more damage to him. Ooh, Surge getting a 2K of his own. Can he find a player on the stairs? He catches him with his knife out, and indeed drops him. It's a 1 versus 2 now. Surge, the remaining player here for Team Elevate, and it's up to Crust and Freista. Shots have been fired here. First player has already been dropped for each of these sides, and now the multiple players being dropped. Last 2 left alive here for each side. Illis, the man, is left here for Team Inc. And Akira
gets the 3K. Beautiful 3K there back here. Again, the gunfights are on Eco, obviously. You know, they are going to get that economical loss. Stara getting that lineup he needs, and he gets the ace! Just like that, Clam, Legion, Illis, all falling down. No one's able to get 2 shots.
Gudan e Aguiar já ficaram no caminho. Steve vai tentar neutralizar o garoto. Nossa senhora, olha o time! Meu Deus! Conseguiu encaixar o HS. Double kill pra ele. Que é isso, meu garoto? Tá no vermelho. Vai conseguir o plant. Importantíssimo esse plant aqui, mesmo que ele não ganhe. Que isso? Triple kill. HS. Ai, ai, ai. Ai, ai, ai. Esse aí tá com anjo forte, viu? Abriu de lado, ele conseguiu levar o call. Segura o spray, segura o spray, segura o spray! Triple kill pra ele, tá abençoado! Voltada, já marotou ali no Fires. Ele Kilby no buraco. Ih, que é isso? Ceguinho. Todo mundo cego. Meu Deus, que foi isso? Linda play de Caps com utilitárias. Ele consegue a triple kill. Nossa, que pegado.
Meu amigo.
Tá travado, paralelo com o AKZ. Tem 2 por aqui. Nem deu AKZ, foi mal. Meu amigo. Vendeu a KZ, foi mal, pera lá. Ele ouviu, disse, calma que eu sou o pai dos 60, triple kill pra ele.
So he will have to find them, and quickly. Time is already starting to run out, and that's another thing on Legacy, like retaking sites is actually really hard. He is able to find one.
Welcome back to game number 2. Your teams are getting ready, and that's going to be Valorous and Underestimated. Coming up soon, they're getting ready in the dressing room, and they're getting their matches up. But again, welcome back. I'm A Master, and this is, of course, your main man, Twist, over here. We're excited. We just got done watching G9 take a 2-0, moving into the finals against... it just went out of my head. Invictus. It just I'm like, I know there's an eye there. It just had one of those brain moments. But yeah, 2-0 and being able to take it actually quite fairly with that being the 13-4 and then respectively coming here to the end to take it in 13 again. I think it was 13-11, and they were able to take it all the way home. So great news to them.
After a game that we saw in Raid, it's no wonder that your brain is maybe streaking a little bit, because mine is too. We watched Invictus versus G9, and the first game was great on Grounded. You know, G9 kind of surprised everyone, and then on Raid, we still haven't figured out what happened. If you guys haven't seen the game, like, go watch it after the stream finishes. It was one of the weirdest games ever, but somehow G9 did take it in 2. They won the Raid map, and yeah. That is the first semifinal done, but we are nowhere near from over, because the next game is coming up, the next best of 3, and that is going to be Valorous versus Underestimated. And some would say this might be the more interesting lineup of today, because Underestimated currently have 0 points in Circuit main tournament number 1, Circuit Season 5 main tournament number 1. They just didn't get any points. So now today is their chance to actually go for those points, win the semifinal, and perhaps if they move on to the finals and do well there as well, they might be actually able to get into the finals without actually getting any points in Circuit Season main tournament number 1. So let's take a look at the teams. So the first is the kind of obvious favorite here, Valorous Gaming. They already have, I believe, 5 points, or maybe 9. We'll have to take another peek at that scoreboard sometime soon. But yeah, Valorous, they did it well in main tournament number 1. They are definitely a team to fear and watch out for. They are, everyone is solid player on there. We can see the names. We've seen these names a lot of times, and also their achievements are quite notable, especially their maps won to maps lost ratio. I mean, the statistics pool, the pool maybe isn't that big. There's only 8 games that they've played, but out of those 8 games, they won 6 and lost 2. So definitely someone to fear. And then on the other side, we have the absolute underdogs, the most underestimated team that there could be. that's where their name is underestimated. They have no achievements. That it feels a bit mean to just where it says achievements but no achievements. But currently these guys have no achievements. So yeah, they're probably looking to change that for the better and to actually have some achievements under their name. And the names aren't that unfamiliar. I mean, there are some names that have been in the Critical Ops competitive scene for a long while, but they're definitely the underdogs. In terms of KD, it's actually very good. So it's going to be interesting to see. I feel like this is going to be similar to G9, where maybe these players alone are quite good, but the real question will be, can they work together? Can they gel together as teams so that they can actually take down Valorous? Because individual skill, you can get 5 of the best players in the world and put them together in a team. If they don't work as a unit, if they don't work as a team, that individual skill just most of the time doesn't take you over the finish line. So it's going to be interesting to see. And well, we have to know what maps we're actually going to see. That's the only way how we're going to see the outcomes of these games. If we actually move on towards the maps here, Valorous versus Underestimated. Take it away, Master.
Absolutely, Valorous is going to have the ability to choose first, and nobody loves canals. Gonna go be taken out again. First one out of the road. Legacy already getting moved out, which honestly, since the history of Valorous, it's actually a good thing because I've seen them do some really good work on Legacy in the past. But Bureau, good, tried and true. Plaza, another tried and true. So Valorous choosing Bureau, Underestimated choosing Plaza. Raid is going to go ahead and be thrown out to the Wolves. They don't want to even contend with that. Same for Grounded. They don't want to have a repeat of what we just saw. So going to go take it out. Soar being thrown out. We got Port and Village left, and it looks like, yep, it's going to be Village being thrown out as well. So another great third map if we need it. Instead of, unfortunately, we didn't get to see Soar last time, but maybe, just maybe, we get to see Port. So Bureau, Plaza, and Port will be your contending map. So Bureau is going to be up first, which is going to be a Valorous pick. So hopefully they've got some good strategies, good things planned for us, and to show us exactly how it's done. And it's seeing if if there's anything new. We've seen Raid not as much as the other maps, but just like the last map, we saw Raid where that going all the way to the edge of the dumpsters to be able to get that back area. I think I've never seen it done, so I look forward to seeing if there's anything new from these guys.
Yeah, it's a more conventional map pool, I'd say. Like Bureau, Plaza, those are maps that you see a lot, and Port also not really that unfamiliar. So I guess no Raid, no Sword, no Village. The maps that kind of you don't get to see a lot, but that's fine because we saw some of these unconventional maps in the previous best of 3. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how underestimated are able to perform on these very often played pro maps, pro picks here. And yeah, starting with Bureau, I feel like it could really go any way here. Now, seeing how it is Valorous pick, they have the upper hand. I mean, they have the upper hand in pretty much all the 3 maps here because they are the favorites. But I feel like on Bureau, it can really go any direction here. Like it can really depend if one team just gets that momentum. Momentum is very hard to stop on Bureau. So it's going to be interesting to see where that actually takes us. Underestimated. I feel like everyone is underestimating them, so it's we'll see. We'll see on Bureau. Bureau is a good place to start, I'd say. It's another one of those like classic competitive pro maps that get played. I'd say it's probably top 3 up there. I'd say Grounded, Bureau, and then maybe Canals. I'd say those are the 3 most played pro competitive maps. So what better way to start than with kind of a golden map?
Yeah, because if they can really show their strats here, again, this is one of those maps that you pretty much everyone should have something ready to go for that. Now, again, Plaza, that one. I guess when it comes down to kind of the coalition side, it's really just if depending on which way you want to do it. There's the 2 on either side of the bombs, and do that route, or you could go kind of a similar traditional route that kind of the OG Rain used to do. They would across the entire middle point of the map, one in each entryway past that midpoint and hold that down. Or again, like I said, you can cluster together, one of the 2, to really either hold one side where majority of the time they're going to go, or you can just lock them down at every last turn. But then again, then you're separated, so that's where that really good individual single-person gameplay comes into. Can they take down one or two most of the time? So if they can, then that's a great idea to go. But Bureau is it's really traditional, and I think it's a great place for them to really showcase if we are going to underestimate them or not.
Yeah, Plaza is way more chaotic. Plaza is there are way more strategies and ways how you can approach playing Plaza that will work. Bureau is, as you said, way more conventional. It's more like, yep, this is what works, this is what doesn't work. Just guys, try to win your gun duels. If you win your gun duels, we'll win. Plaza is more about, hey, maybe let's try this weird strategy or this weird strategy. Oh, look at that, it actually worked. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting contrast here. Probably that's why Underestimated also picked Plaza, because Plaza just has way bigger variety for different strats and different approaches, and, it's harder for a good team to prepare for, just because, there's so much more room for different things to try. But yeah, I'd say it's a pretty solid map pick. If we do go to Port, then I feel like the pendulum is swinging towards Valorous there, because Port is a very technical map, a lot of utilities, a lot of strategies. It's not really that chaotic, it's definitely not as chaotic as Plaza. There are set kind of rules that you have to follow in order to win, but the utility usage on Port is absolutely insane, because the map is, set in a port, so there is no roof most of the time, and you can really lob and chuck those utilities all over the place and, do the best with it. But first, we have to get into the first map and see what happens there. We can't exactly jump to Port. So, yep, let's take a look at Bureau. Teams are getting ready. A knife round will come in any second now, and should be a good game. On Bureau, I wouldn't really say it depends that much. Like it matters that much which side you start on. It's like, whatever. You start on Collision, fine. You start on Breach, fine. There's not really this huge incentive, for example, how it is on Raid or on Grounded, that you just have to start on Collision or Breach because it's going to give you better options. If you had to pick, do you think Underestimated will win a map, or it will just be a complete victory by Valorous, taking it in two?
Well, based on the stats, just, purely going off that, since we haven't got into anything just yet. Valorous definitely has a little bit more on the experience side, at least as a team as a whole. They still have some of those achievements. Underestimated does not, but a lot of those veteran players on Underestimated, they've been around the block. They've got their maps. They've been here before, just maybe not under this name. So I guess it really depends for Underestimated, for those super veterans they have, how well they've conveyed how this process goes, what is necessary to be here, and maybe those pitfalls of what happens. So if they've done, a good teaching and good communication, I think they've got a pretty good chance. But what we do get a chance to see, and what's really big and what's huge, is what side you're going to start on. And it looks like Underestimated is going to at least get that for their favor and find out and choose which side they want to do. So that's going to be at least a nice little plus for them to start off.
Yeah, definitely getting, all the early advantage they can. And again, pistol round isn't that important. Like, the more equally sided the map is, the less important the pistol round is. But still, winning a pistol round will definitely grant them a huge advantage here. So we are getting into that any moment now. Teams should be able to pick their sides and reset. And yeah, Valorous versus Underestimated pretty much underway here. Now, if we look at the Underestimated sides players, there are definitely some names that you've seen for a long time. Personally, I remember Sensor. I know that he's been playing for a long while, and we've seen some great plays by him over the years. Even myself, when I still played competitive, I either spectated him or saw him on the other team, and he's definitely a player to watch out for. The rest, also some known names like Gainsey and Pref, but we'll see how they do. And oh no, look at this. 5 players overwhelming everyone in advance, and how they do, they all go down. Everyone goes down. All right, Valorous, yep, they just start out with that. Pretty much as clean as it can go. Safari does go down, but I have no idea, man. Underestimated, they picked like 4 players in vents, and all of them went down without a refrag. That is quite unfortunate. Like, you can't really blame them too much there. It's also down to luck, but great start by Valorous nevertheless.
Yeah, and that's going to be great for them to have that first set. And then, of course, obviously this is Should be nice, clean sweep. We got Medusa here coming out with that AR-15. Love seeing it. But Medusa doesn't even need it, you know, halfway. Oh, whoa. Full ace from Medusa. Double nade, double kill, and one on the end. So, oh, man. So, I mean, again, it's a pistol round. It's the second one. You got a better weaponry, but still, complete sweep with a grenade and 3 with the AR-15. A good showcase of the new weapon as well.
Yeah, I mean, Valorous, they are taking this game, you know, right as they wanted. Getting the map pick, Bureau is their map pick for everyone just tuning in. And getting the first 2 rounds, sitting quite comfortable now. And look at this, Janus does get 2, but, you know, getting a deagle frag on Janus and probably that retrieving that M4 as well is definitely not bad. And, oh, they're moving so quickly. Safari actually gets over there, but Medusa, look at this. He just doesn't care. He just goes for the pre-fire. The bomb does go down, so that's good money-wise. But yeah, very good retake by Valorous here. Great play by Medusa. He didn't wait. He didn't sit around. He understood, okay, only one player crossed, and he had the bomb. So I might as well peek him and take him down. Probably, like, I have the advantage here. So Medusa showing us why he is... Okay, 7 frags. Showing us why he has 7 frags on the board here. And yeah, I mean, another chance for Underestimated to get around here. Can't really, you know, say too much as of now. It's only been 3 rounds, the 4th one coming in, and it's only the first real rifle round, so I'm probably going to see a much more slow approach to this game from Underestimated.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, when you have, you know, that type of aggression coming from Medusa, you definitely gotta take it back a step, and I mean, already press going down. That Medusa's here to play, came here to win, and is just ready. Had lunch, took a monster, got his energy drink, chugged the whole thing, and is just sitting over here shaking with his iPad. He's like, yeah, he's just ready to go.
Yeah, he has to watch out that he doesn't like kill everyone too quickly, you know, otherwise it would be quite uninteresting. So yeah, definitely a slower approach to this gameplay. I mean, when you have rifles, you don't want to like lose them in 10 seconds. So it seems like Underestimated, they're just trying to figure out what positions exactly are Valor's holding. It's a good approach to early games when you're on the breach side. Just try to take jiggle peeks, try to play around a little bit, move around, see what positions are actually there, and then you can work off that information and develop strats that counter that. And Alpha takes down Gainsey. Quite unlucky for Gainsey there, I'd say. Like, he just didn't see him, I guess. But the bomb does go down either way. So, once again, a retake situation. This time, nobody is, like, eliminated 2 seconds after the plant. So, still a great chance for Underestimated to win here, even though Convince is low. They'll definitely try to do their best. And things like Valorous, they're not really sure what they want to do. They finally figure out they're going to go 2 CT and 1 from main. So now a 1v2 situation, and Symboli, oh, he knows what's going to happen here. Oh, what pre-fire, oh, that was great. Now he just has to wait for the defuse again, and he's jiggle peeking, and Safari actually gets him off the angle, but is there enough time? The bomb, it might explode any second here, and Safari does get it. That's quite unfortunate, but great play by Safari. He was faking it, he was pre-firing it, he got the frag. If there was like even like half a second more, probably the bomb would have exploded, but you know, Valor is showing us why they are one of the top EU teams, because they can simply, they have the team play, but also the individual skill to just win out games, win out moments like that.
Yeah, and that individual skill is very, very important when it comes down to these 1v2s, 1v3s. You know, if you can just lock it down and, you know, trust that your team is like, oh, well, I got 2 over here. That's, yeah, you're good. You know, you're able to, you know, really trust their abilities and what they can do. And this is definitely not going to be an easy feat. I mean, don't be wrong. You know, playing Breach on Bureau here is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to do, but with the current skills going on right now, the good news is Medusa is down. But of course, that doesn't mean that there's not plenty more teammates left to contend with for Valorous, but the fact that it is down at least makes this at least a good winnable chance. It's 2v1 now. The Alpha's the last one alive, and they are now going to be running into the A side and just getting out of the way, making their way in. So at least be able to get this nice little... Nah, maybe not. Maybe not the extra money. But since we're able to at least get that, put Underestimated on the board. 4-1 finally. So. So they're at least have broken Valorous' momentum.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been 3 rifle rounds so far, so if we kind of write off the, pistol round, then you get the kind of consecutive 2 rounds normally. If you write it off, I mean, underestimated, they're not really in the worst positions here. Still a long, long way to go until the half switch. Sure, they only have 1 round, but they have gotten one of the 3 rifle rounds, and it's not like every single round is just a complete run over by Valorous. Like, the plants come in, underestimated definitely show competence, and they show that they can fight for it, but, it just kind of cuts a bit too short maybe. But that's exactly why they have 7 more rounds to prove their worth, and with Pref getting this nice kill on Safari there, and Valley going down as well. Oh, this should be a round for underestimated any day of the week. The only problem is that Medusa and Alpha are both on a head glitch, and when you try to push a head glitch, well, that's the reason why it's called a head glitch. It's just hard to hit. It's maybe not a glitch, but it's just hard to hit that little head when the opponent, can pretty much penetrate your whole body. So, yep, underestimated, understand that, and they're going to move towards that A side of things. Meanwhile, Valorous, they also understand what's happening here. They're not newbies. They are definitely seasoned veterans here, so they're making their way towards A as well. And Genis with a great positioning. Unfortunately, only gets 1, so Sensor able to take down Genis. But Medusa, again, he's playing this so smart. It seems like he just knows the perfect position and perfect timing, when to push it and when to actually get the frag. So Medusa pretty much winning the round here, unless Symboli. What is it, Symboli or Symbol? Is perhaps able to clutch it?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a good chance. I mean, definitely has the best as far as, the HP. I mean, definitely now that he's taking Medusa out, but he's got to be ready here, because if Alpha is able to get the edge here, it really all depends on where he's looking and where he moves. Good news is he's using all the cover that he can. So just waiting. Alpha's trying to get some good angles, good peeks, but unfortunately, RNG, he makes it work and takes him for the back of the head. So, underestimated, putting another one on the board, making him rack up to 2.
Who put it on the board? I want you to say his name, because I have no idea how to actually pronounce it correctly. Is it Symboli or Symbole or Symbol? How do you say that? Because he has a nice little E at the end there.
Just an E on it, so it might be Symbole. Maybe it depends
Symbole.
on, because if it's supposed to be a special character, but Symbol is typically just what it looks like with an E. So it might be Symbol, might be Symbole, or Symbol.
Maybe it's Symbol E.
Yeah,
that's also a possibility.
It just really depends on what, where he is in the world and what his intentions are for it. So it might be one of those, questions, maybe if someone in the background can find out for us, one of the lovely staff members that make everything possible.
Okay, yep, yeah, okay.
But convincing us of his abilities, just taking a nice little triple to rack up another round on the board and putting himself in MVP territory for his team. Not as up there as Medusa, but definitely MVP for the team nonetheless.
The play was breathtaking when the only thing that the caster can say is, okay, like that just happened. 5 players going down somehow. Like they were eco, sure, it makes sense. They just all peek together and try to refrag, to at least get a few kills. But yeah, underestimated. Do not underestimate them, because they are winning 3 rounds in a row here on the breach side, which is definitely harder to do than on the collision side. And again, there have only been 5 rifle rounds so far, out of which 3 have been won by underestimated. So if we look at just, kind of statistics and try to figure out where it's going to go, underestimated definitely have a chance here. But Safari, he does get the frag on Pref, and Sensor, oh, he might be able to do something here. But Medusa showing up big time once again. Medusa is definitely the pillar of Valorous getting these rounds here. Now, if we look at the scoreboard as well, I'm pretty sure that he's probably at the top frags of it. Yeah, he has 3.5 KD. That's normal. But it seems like underestimated will try to retrieve the bomb, but it's hard to do when Alpha takes a peek like that, takes down Convince, and Sensor, the only one left alive, does get this fully flashed, gets a frag, and now is stuck in a smoke. Okay, the flash disappears, now he can return to his normal clutching behaviors here, but unfortunately Alpha, or fortunately, depends on which side you are favoring, takes him down. So now Valorous gets maybe a breath of fresh air, doesn't let underestimated equal the game so quickly.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, they're doing a great job as far as underestimated is concerned. I mean, I don't know, like I say it's mandatory, but if they can take Medusa out, it's definitely a solid chance at that point. Again, before the players, it's not a walk away thing. But as long as Medusa's out of the way, I think it makes it a super great chance that they have a chance to really take that. So as long as they can take them out, they're rock and rolling. But right now, they're just not in the best spot. Although right now, Medusa out of ammo. Gainsey taking him down. Again, fantastic run. Symbol here. Take it on Alpha, and it's already down to Safari. It's 1v3. There are two super low, and so that's going to be good. Getting the break, getting the kill. 2v1 for Safari. Not sure if he wants to go up against that. Saving definitely may be in the best interest, considering what he's got.
Yeah, I mean, he could maybe look for exit frags here, or take the complete opposite approach. Try to get one frag as quickly as possible, and then just go for it. And seems like Safari, I mean, he kind of has the cash. Some of his teammates don't, but he does. So why not just push through the smoke and lose the weapon? I guess. Nice try. Just great positioning by Underestimated here, and yeah, they're fighting neck to neck here. So good to see that. Good to see that they're actually able to get rounds on the breach side, because that's a great predictor for their success on the Coalition side. If you're able to get rounds on the breach side, I mean, once you get to Coalition, it just gets easier because this map is Coalition sided a little bit. So, yeah, great to see that. Seems like we'll just go for an A rush, and this might actually not really work out. Or will, because the opponents have XD45s and Eagles. So, another round should go the way of Underestimated, unless Valorous are able to find like just the perfect positionings here and just take them down based on like positioning and luck. Valley, yeah, he does find a good position. I mean, getting a knife kill is definitely not something you can do in a 1v1 engagement here. And Safari, he is making a lot of noise, so Gainsey will just put a stop to that. And Underestimated and Valorous, equal here, but in terms of potential, I'd say Underestimated have the upper hand here, because Bureau is quite collision-sided.
Yeah, and as of right now, at least currently with the poll on YouTube, Valorous currently sitting at 64% versus 36% as far as who everyone watching thinks is going to win. So right now, being even, that's we'll kind of we'll have to see when it comes to flip what they can do. But right now, Valorous being seeded to be the one to win. It's not looking like an easy runaway, at least.
No, definitely not. And we have to remember, this is Valorous map pick. So next map we're moving on to Plaza. And Plaza definitely has way more room for variety and way more room for using strategies that maybe pros haven't seen before. Bureau is more like, again, just try to win your gun duels. Like, pretty much everything has been tried on Bureau. It's a great map. That's one of the reasons why it's a great map for competitive play, because it really shows who has the better aim, who is more skilled. But it also means that you can't really come up with like some crazy strategy that just somehow wins the game. But you don't need it when you have aim. Gainsey and Pref, they just push in together, get the frags. Genis, crazy frag that is. But Gainsey gets refrag, Valley gets refrag on him. So now 1v2 situation, and Symbol here, or Symbol E, or Symboli, not really able to do it, just gets overwhelmed, too many angles to check. And that is going to be the 6th one for Valorous. And hold up, can we take a look at the scoreboard? Does Valley have a... Okay, so he has 3 KD, and then... No, sorry, Medusa has 3 KD. 18 to 6, yeah, that's just normal. And then everyone except for Symboli and Sensor on the side of Underestimated are negative. But they are putting great numbers up. They're definitely putting up great numbers. So it's actually the other way around. We kind of predicted that Valorous will win with their team play, and Underestimated might have some very flashy players that, kind of accelerate the game towards victory. But it seems like in this game, Valorous are not really the ones that win by team play. They just win by Medusa having 18. And then Underestimated actually, nobody really showing up that big, but everyone is showing up enough to win these rounds. And Convinced taking down Safari, so now 4v4 situation. Gainsey and Convinced low, but Sensor still able to push forward, still able to take down some frags. And 2 players stuck in vents here. That's quite interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're again, down we go 1-1. Just taking them down, and it's all up to Medusa, which is already super low. And Symbol able to finish it up on the last one. And again, they're keeping it tight. It is 6-6 on the flip, which is not common on Bureau in general. But Underestimated, able to do it. Now, this is where they need to have a nice little lead, get that pistol round here. But It's really all up depends if Medusa wants it to be that way. I mean, Medusa really taking the top there. Um, but is that going to be enough for Medusa to really, lock down all these kills? I mean, it all does. It comes down to the team play itself as well. But I think it really just kind of depends on which way we take this, as far as what Underestimated can now do with locking down the bomb sites and using those head glitches you mentioned to their advantage and be able to hold those down. It depends, I guess, on that aggression level that they have, or if they're just going to sit and wait for them to show up.
Yeah, I mean, the game is as close as it could get. Sure, there's maybe a bit more, it's a bit easier to win on the collision side, but still, 6-6 here, pretty much halfway into the game, and nobody really wants to make any mistakes. So normally you see rushes on the pistol round. Today, right here, we see slow play that turns into Alpha getting a double and Pref, and everyone just going down. Now it's a 1v2, Genis against Symboli and Pref. Now Genis, he will retrieve the bomb, but Underestimated also understand that most likely he's going towards that B side. Oh, Genis might have spotted him, but he gets spotted as well. Oh, he's like, he has to decide very quickly what he wants to do. He'll try to just go for a plant. Good decision. Might not be the best because, yep, this happens. No way. Okay, I was worried for a little while there that Symboli might have to change his name after this game, but he is able to get the frag. Good stuff coming in from Underestimated, and yeah, they're able to take it to 7. So in the half switch, getting the first round, that's really important, especially when you're on the collision side, because that means that the breach can't really get those really needed rounds that they need to here. And now, just P250s against Augs. Well, we kind of know the outcome of that one, don't we?
Yeah, it's more than likely, unless something weird happens. It could go the way of where it should. 2 versus 5, and look at Medusa being the one to get 2 kills. Medusa still alive.
All right.
Coming in for the stab, and getting that extra money in his pocket. Not that he needed any more than 6,000 that he already has, but nothing like padding the pockets a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Underestimated looking very solid here to actually take the first map. That is in fact Valorous' map pick. So all kinds of crazy things happening today. Seems like the favorites today are definitely not the favorites because well, they're losing. They definitely did in the first game, in the semifinals, in the first semifinals, and we're looking at the second semifinals here, so we might see a very weird finals next week. Seems like Pref is looking for frags, but he doesn't really want to re-peek 4 players because he spotted many there. Or will he? He's just going in with the pre-fire. Yeah, Medusa, great positioning though. Takes one down, and frags are going every direction here. They're definitely not playing slow. They're doing everything but playing slow. Sensor, his 6th sense activates, is able to take down Medusa, and I feel like Underestimated understand that most likely Valorous are moving towards A, but in fact they're going towards that intel area. They might just stay here, just chill here a little bit, and try to take off just spot players and take them off rotation, and cut them off rotation. So yeah, they don't really have to go anywhere. I mean, intel is a very potent position to have because you can go A, you can go B, and you can just wait and catch off rotations. And it seems like that's exactly what Valorous wanted to do for a while, but now it's time to go back to B. And see what's good there, I guess. Like, this round is going to go down to timing, pretty much. Depends, where Underestimated decide to go, and how that kind of changes the outcome of the game here.
Yeah, and as of right now, I mean, they're trying to go for that big brain play, but it seems like every move they make, you've got Sensor using the sensors all over his body to see where they're going, and 1 and 2 going down. Making Underestimated going up to 9. I mean, they're 1 round away from hitting double digits. Sensor has sensors all over his body to find out where the enemy team is. I mean,
that's a good one.
I mean, it's almost like having sensors and kind of like a Tesla, right? Even though it can't see, it could just it has everything that it could tell that if someone's there or anything like that. So it's what it almost looks like because he's following them almost. They're moving in tandem, and I mean, if he keeps doing stuff like that and you're really kind of getting in their head, knowing what they're thinking, where they're going to go, I mean, that is some good game sense from him. So, and the fact that not only that, he also has good accuracy with the crosshairs.
Definitely, Sensor is definitely a man to watch out for in this matchup, and he's definitely showed why. I mean, he's one of the reasons why underestimated are looking to approach double digits here. Also with Gainsey alongside with him, getting a nice double there. I mean, he's just the king of vents. You peek me, I kill you. Sounds like a good trade deal. Let's do it. And Gainsey is looking for more. He might get overwhelmed for vents here, but he gets, like, Sensor gets another one. Okay, Genis, he's able to get two, but when Sensor is backstabbing, once again, his sensors are really going off here because he's able to find the perfect moment in which to push up and in which to backstab. Like, backstabbing on Miru is no easy feat because the only way how you can do it is through breach spawn, and normally someone guards the breach spawn, so this exact thing doesn't happen. So great for Sensor to actually find the exact perfect spot to do the backstabbing, and that takes underestimated to 10 here. Valorous, they still have not won a single breach side round, and I mean, if it continues like that, yeah, underestimated, 3 rounds away from taking the first map. That is Valorous Pig. Oh, but 3 players there. So much information given over to his teammates, but Pref unfortunately goes down. And Valorous probably understand that, so they're looking to rotate. They definitely don't want to keep pushing a site that they've been exposed for attacking.
Yeah, and at this point, we can see that, they're making that push to A, but again, that game sense right there. And here we go again, coming around from behind. Sensor trying to do his thing again. Now he's got to be able to make a move because now we've got all 4 surviving members of Valor's going up against 2 players on the A side, and it looks like they're a pretty good spot. And I mean, if you're going to take them both down, I mean, all that's left out now is 1, and yeah, you don't even need Sensor to come back for the backstab. They just the positioning and being able to catch them off guard, which is so big for. Convince here to get their attention. They immediately look over. Next one pops down, gains another kill, and just able to at least do some damage and just make it look. They make it look easy, but right now underestimated at 11. 2 rounds left for them to go. Valorous still needs 7. They have not got a single round since the flip. We started this second half on 6-6, so Valorous is having a hard time breaking through their defenses and underestimated, just racking it up. Now maybe now they figured it out. Maybe not. Gainsey said, no, you took 2, I take 2. So, making it even still. Now Medusa's still alive. Sensor, no more backstabs. Bomb is going to go down. But it's still 2v3, and as long as they can take out Medusa, really, I think that's kind of the biggest deal.
Yeah, Medusa is definitely single-handedly trying to keep Valorous alive, but it's not the case of G9, where the rest of the team also plays well, and there's this one just an outstanding player. In this case, like, it seems like Valorous, they're just lacking something. I don't know if it's communication, I don't know if it's strats, but something is lacking, and it shows on the scoreboard. Not being able to get a single breach side round here. Well, the first one, finally they get one, so this might be a good start for a comeback potentially, but I feel like they kept it going on for too long here, because underestimated already at 11, and it's going to be so hard for Valorous to come back from this, to get, how many do they need? They need 5 rounds here to kind of try to, they need 4 to equalize, and then 6 to win it, which is going to be so hard. So yeah, underestimated, definitely doing good here. Would be very sad if they just let this one go. So I think they're gonna just try to hold down angles here and do their best.
Yeah. If they lose this now, that'll be just a game for the century. For them to be able to do that. But right now they're a little bit of eco, which is it's a thing. But if they can grab a couple kills, grab a couple weapons, kind of equalize that just a little bit, and which is absolutely totally possible for them to do. Symbol able to get a little bit of information there, letting them know. Look at this. Here we go. Vince coming in from Vince. I'll get him to spray right here. There goes one. 2 go down. Make that another one for the side. Now there's a lot of weapons here. They can make their way in. Although Symbol's gonna have a hard time here, and that's just not gonna happen. Although we still got the last 2 of underestimated here with full weapons, full buys, full equipment. So should be pretty good for them. I mean, it's a 2v2, so this is really anybody's game, and really they can pick up Medusa. Ooh, Valley going down. 1-1. Already got his information. Going for the reload. It runs out of ammo. Sensor senses his opportunity and now goes in for the defuse, racking it up to 12. underestimated.
Yeah, Sensor has 2.3 KD here. He's really playing out of his mind. Getting not only the frags, like getting frags is one thing. You can like bait your teammates and then wait in the corner and you just get the easy frags. But Sensor doesn't do that. He is exactly where the action is, and he every single time almost he outplays the opponent. He finds out a way how he can gain an advantage, even in situations where he shouldn't. He is playing it very, very nicely, and I mean, it definitely shows on scoreboard. So, underestimated, up to 12 here, only one round, separating them from this semifinals best of 3 first map victory, which in fact is Valorous pick. So, some crazy stuff happening right here, and Pref gets a nice peek there, spots like 2 players, so again, information given over. And look how underestimated they're playing. 2 of their players currently are pushing up Belong. They are going for the backstab. They are taking map control as much as they can. And this means so much because even though some players might be going down towards that B side of things, they definitely don't expect 2 players backstabbing from mid. The only problem is there might not be enough time because, Valorous is already on site. And it seems like the bomb will go down uncontested. The good thing is, underestimated, they are in positions that normally you should not be in. There's one player coming in towards from Belong, from breach spawn, so that's not something you watch normally. Smokes are coming in though, that's, okay, well, it's coming out I guess, because the smoke disappeared. So now Genes holding down the side as well. Sensor goes down, and maybe with that also their chances of winning this round. Underestimated, yeah, I think the best decision here is just to retreat. Fair, Valorous got this round, but you know what? We have 5 more chances to win this game, and, definitely one of them will work out. So Gainsey, he'll just save the weapon, try to maybe get some exit frags, because money really isn't that big of an issue on the side of underestimated. And Valorous, they're happy to take their 8th. 5 more to go. It's definitely no easy feat to do that.
Yeah, because right now, all underestimated's got to wait is for one really good slip-up. That's all they need. It's just that nice little pinhole in their plan to exploit it and take it home. I mean, 8 is definitely very doable for Valorous right now. Especially, they're feeling good. They just got that bomb planted. They just got it. What? With only one left. Safari really showing up here. Well, that's not to say anyone's not going to show up again. They're just going to let this have it. It's kind of a, kind of happy show, whatever. They're just going to try and see what they can do. And then they're going to come from the side, take them out. But they're just going to let them have it. The 3 still 3 rounds, so they're going to wait until they got all the nice, glorious cash in their pocket. Everybody's buying up now. So really, if underestimated can just secure it kind of here, now that they've got everything, or it actually looks like they might let them have another one. Nope. Okay, they're buying really quick. Okay, maybe they just everybody had a sneeze at the same time. They just didn't, buy. But now, okay, now everybody's looking pretty good. Everybody's looking nice, and we'll see what they can perform.
It's interesting to see how underestimated play this collision side. They play very, very aggressive, but it really pays off because they're able to spot information and they're able to spot players very early, so they can make those early rotations. Because look at this, like Valorous, they're going A, but underestimated know that. Like Pref, look at this backstab. He's like on it, and he gets the frag. Safari goes down, and now Convince, he's like on a site, so he's gonna get a frag as well. So yeah, great play on collision side here by underestimated. They're taking the aggressive picks, and they're using all of that information to their advantage. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why they've pretty much won this game. I mean, the caster's curse is one thing, but winning a 1v4 and then 3 more rounds is gonna be a bit challenging, perhaps. Medusa does get 1, but I don't think he's gonna go for three more frags here, especially with the bomb down and his position exposed. It's gonna be really, really hard for Medusa to do anything here, and yeah, Gainsey just puts a stop to it, takes down Medusa. Congratulations, underestimated. They definitely live up to their team name because they win over the favorites, the definite favorites of this matchup, Valorous, on their own map pick, on Valorous' own map pick. So first game of the semifinals in Circuit Season 5, main tournament number 2, go to Underestimated. And the second map is going to be Plaza, I believe, which is Underestimated's map pick. So, all the room for them to take this game.
Yeah, that is, it's a big deal. Not only Bureau being, one of those old OG, type of maps, and being able to really just show off their strats and abilities, and really, I think we've got to just make a mention again about Sensor's ability to just somehow get behind them and be able to just come from the backstab. I mean, honestly, that won him a good couple of times, and making it in the favor of them to be able to do that. So, again, congratulations for them for being able to take it. Now we are going to be moving next to Plaza. That is going to be the next map on the roster for him, which again is going to be underestimated. Their pick. Now, again, Plaza, you have a good bit of abilities and a good bit of strategies for them to be able to take it and to be able to do. Now, again, Valor's have been around the table a couple times, so they should also have some pretty good stuff lined up for Plaza. So similar to should be a good set of matches, but again, underestimated has again the X factor that you referred to. They had two of the players at 20. So that is definitely great to see. And then Sensor having that just innate ability to just find a way around. And if he can do that again on Plaza, yeah, that's going to be big for Plaza, because if we can come up behind, there's a lot of ways to do it.
Yeah, that's true. But I also feel like Valorous probably are not going to just give it away that easily. So we'll definitely see a fighting, a fighting spirit on Plaza. I feel like double digits for both teams are most likely possible. But before we do begin with the next game, we want you guys to listen to an interview from Valorous. Janice will talk with Mako about their team, their dreams, their performance so far, all of that good stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the interview, and we'll be back with Game 2 of the semifinal right after it. Hope you guys enjoy.
Hello, my name is Mako, and I'm joined by Janice from the team Valorous. How are you doing, Janice?
Hey Mako, I'm doing alright, how about you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you for asking, and also thank you for doing the interview. I always appreciate you guys coming here and talking to us and telling us your secrets.
Hey, no problem. It's actually a really fun thing to do, and I like it as well. So I'm really happy to be here, actually.
All right, that's very good to hear. Well, without further ado, let's hop right into the first question. So, what are your feelings going into the second main tournament semifinals of Circuit Season 5?
Well, I would say mixed feelings. At some point in my life, I would be so happy to be there. No, I'm like, I just gotta play, So, I'm actually really happy in a way that I qualified for this, because now also the team will probably be in the final tournament as well, which is a good achievement. But I'm not as happy as I would be maybe last year, if the tournament would have been a few years ago.
Interesting. May I ask you why is that?
Well, I've played the game a lot, and so I kind of expect to get this kind of results. I would be for sure happier if it would be the finals, but for just a semi-final of I guess qualifying tournament, I guess, or I don't know how you could say this, but it doesn't get me too hyped, my goal is to make the semis, so we get points for the final tourney, and that's basically it, this is my individual goal.
You're too good in the game. You're getting numb,
No, I'm not as good as so many people that are around, but I have a lot of experience and a lot of tournament wins, I guess, and a lot of honorable places as well. So I've been there before. I mean, here before.
Yeah, I can see that. I can understand. Well, you said that you're not quite as happy this year as last, or this season. So the Critical Ops Worlds tournament is just around the corner. Would you be happy about that if you reach the semifinals? And has your team done any preparations for Worlds?
We are yet to do actual preparation, I think. This will come soon. We have to do it. We haven't done it yet. Actual preparation, I think. And of course, it will probably be my first and last Critical Ops Worlds tourney, so I've gotta give it my all just to see how far I can go.
All right, going out with a bang, right?
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, a bit more casual questions next, or yeah, I guess you could say casual questions. I want to know about your team a bit more. how would you describe your team? Like, for example, during a scrim. Maybe their attributes or...
I mean, as a whole, I would say the object that represents the team the most is like a pressure cooker to me. Like, it just... I don't know, I just think that it fits well, you know?
A pressure cooker. You're letting out pressure?
Well, not really. It's just like that the very beginning is gonna be alright, but it can go wrong anytime. At least that's my feeling about it.
So like explosive, almost.
Yeah, I guess so.
Interesting. All right. I mean, hotheads can be beneficial at some point.
They are really beneficial. Like like in my opinion, there is like a lot of positive points, but also bad ones, you know. And I guess it's hard for some players to find the right balance, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, let's go next question. This is actually about you now. We talked about your team. Now we're talking about you. I want to know how or where does your nickname come from, Genis?
Well, when I was a kid, I would play Pokemon a lot, and there's a Pokemon that I really liked, which is called Genesect, and so at some point my name was just Genesect with some other things after. And then I needed like an IGN for another game, and the one I had was too long, so I had to shorten it, so it became Genis. That's it.
Interesting. This seems to be a pattern in many of pro players' names.
Well, you gotta get the ID somewhere, and then you shorten it so it looks cooler, I guess.
True.
Yeah, I got this IGN like maybe 10 years ago, so it's been old already.
A Pokemon fan, a Pokemon name. That's pretty amazing. That's cool. All right, Genis, I have one more question for you. This is maybe not your ordinary question. Let's imagine you play in the final tournament in Circuit. How would you react if you found out that one of the players in the opponent team is actually your old teacher?
Well, I would probably not like him, so I'd probably want to punch him, but it just goes to me, you know?
Okay, so you would straight up go to violence?
Yeah, well, penguins are likable, not my old teachers, so...
I hope that you will not face your teacher in Circuit or Worlds.
A low chance. I don't even think they can like hold their iPads normally. I don't even think they can shoot. You know.
I would imagine so. Well, Genis, these were all of the questions that I had for you this time. Thank you for doing the interview. I really appreciate that when you pro players come here and talk about things and stuff, and maybe a bit personal stuff and your teammate stuff and etc. etc. If there is anything you want to say to your teams, to your team or your fans or anyone else that's watching out there, now would be the time to do so.
Well, thank you so much, Mako, for inviting me. I want to thank everyone that supports us because it actually means a lot. Like, brings some motivation. Sometimes it's pretty cool. Also, to my teammates, if they listen to this, it's probably between 2 games. So if we won the first one, keep it up. If we lost it, just stay focused and take some deep breaths, and we're gonna win the next maps.
All right, that's some good feedback. Gotta keep up the grind.
Gotta keep the motivation up as well. That's the most important thing, I think.
Absolutely. Okay, Genis, thank you for doing this again, and thank you viewers for watching the interview with Genis. We're going back to the stream.
time is already starting to run out, and that's another thing on Legacy, like retaking site is actually really hard. He is able to find one, takes down Aruka. Probably knows that one more is top, but yeah, the time is definitely not on his side here. So many angles to check. This is one of the reasons why it's so hard to retake, but actually finds another one. And here's the drop. Oh, he might actually have this. If he sticks it, there is a chance. Fearless tries to take him down. Crux, what a clutch there. 1v3 Ninja Defuse. Crux trying just will come in, Wives, finishes off Adel Keaton. I mean, unless we see another 1v2 clutch by Crux. Oh, okay, I mean, I didn't, this is doable. Nice flick there on Star, but he doesn't know the second player's location. Oh, he might not check it. Wives checks it and gets the clutch. Crux playing absolutely insane here. 2 clutches in a row to keep G9 in this game. Star is definitely, accelerating here in terms of skill. Really great shots. I mean, that Deagle defend was just nasty, just a pleasure to watch. Aruka gets a nice double there, denying G9 once again. And this is G9's rifle round, so this is where they should start to get rounds. And Hez able to get one. Is he good for 2? Let's see. Noxic. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the good old Noxic. What am I talking about? Star? This is nuts, man. He gets a triple. Nice positioning.
Bombarded with equipment, but they're trying to do kind of one out of their own playbook. Pre, boom, Gappa, you know, swapping it out, but right now it's Baines as well. And here we go, Pre just rushing right in, and ooh, see high, right barrel stuff to the face.
Be all about, you know, just getting as many rounds as you can, exactly as you said on Collision side, because it's gonna be hard on a breach, but there you go, Fair gets an opener, or the flash might go big there, but solid work from him, gets it second. I'm looking for the third. Oh, Fair. That's
all right, guys, welcome back to the chaos that is Circuit Season 5 semifinals. We're going into game number 2, match number 2, rolling in. We just got done seeing Valorous, unfortunately, lose on their map pick. Underestimated was able to take it all the way home and take it next on Bureau. So congratulations to them for doing so. We are going to be going into game number 2, which is going to be on Plaza, which again is Underestimated's pick. So right now, it's looking pretty good for Underestimated. I mean, they don't exactly have the highest achievements as it is, but overall, they're looking pretty sharp. But guys, welcome back. I'm a master, and of course, this is the main man Twist here for these matches, and we're just waiting for the players to get nice and pretty, ready to go for the next set of matches.
Yeah, I feel like we have a great game ahead of us because we maybe didn't see the best performance from Valorous on their own map pick on Bureau, but I feel like they're established enough of a team and they're, you know, good enough individually and also as a team that they won't just let this one slide, you know, they won't just like give it up easy. So I'm sure on Plaza, both teams will really fight as hard as they can because Underestimated, they're so close to winning 2-0 or 2-1 against like one of the top teams with like having 0 points in main tournament number 1. And then Valorous, well, they don't want to really let it go. So I feel like one of the best battles that we've seen, probably the best game of the day, is ahead of us. And hopefully it does actually take us to that final map because if we could take a look here at the map pick, Port is in the bag here. If Valorous are able to take Plaza, which is Underestimated's map pick, then we'll go over towards Port. And I mean, that's really where anything could go, you know, anything could happen because it's not really the most chaotic map out of all of these. Like, there are definitely some set rules and conventional standards that you have to follow, but Port is great for different kind of strategies because the utility usage on the map is like there's pretty much no limit to it. There's no sky to it, no roof to it, which is quite interesting because, yeah, Port, there isn't really any roof. That's why you can use those utilities. That's why you can chug them over. You can even go on B side, throw some utility on A, you know, from B long, or you can go on A side and maybe throw some fake smokes towards B long areas so that Coalition players think you're going B. So there is really endless room for opportunity on Port. But before we get to Port, if we do get to it, we're going to see Plaza. And Plaza is one of those maps where like new teams normally take surprise victories because they've found a strategy that just there's no way to counter it in that game, and you know the pro team that loses figures out how to counter it only after the game ends. Plaza is really a map where, again, anything really goes. If you find a good enough strategy, you can easily win it. You can easily, you know, be the underdog and win. But before we move on towards that, again, guys, free money everyone listening, I'm sure you like the words free money. So why not? Why not partake in the top clip contest? Hey, Master, explain them how it works.
Absolutely, guys. If you guys sitting at home are watching and playing and doing all the things that you do, guys, make sure you have those clips recorded. Make sure when you go online and get with your buds, get with your team, go ahead and just just start recording. Worst case scenario, if you got some bad games, you can just delete it afterwards. But if you do get something fantastic, you guys can always post that on the Zuvi app with the hashtag Critical Ops Casual to have a chance to win $130. You guys can get that app on the Apple Play Store, or you can get it from the Google Play Store. Either way, you guys can get the app where you need it to be, or on the onelink.to/Zuvi for the link if you just want to throw that in your browser. Or, again, just scan the QR code on screen. We're getting clips all the time. Those will be given to you as far as every month that we're going to be doing this, September, October, and November. So, guys, just grab your clips, throw them on there, and make sure you got some good doubles, triples, quads, aces if you got those in your library. But guess what? We got to find out who's going to be knifing first.
Yeah, let's move on towards the knife round. Oh, and almost we see the knife round. There you go. Valorous, yeah, they are back with a vengeance. They get the knife round, so they'll be able to pick the starting side. And Plaza, it should be coalition sided. From what we've seen today, it seems like whatever side they say, whatever map is sided, is it coalition? Say, oh, it's coalition sided, and then it turns out, yeah, on breach side, the team just gets 8 rounds. So technically, it should be coalition sided. So technically, Valorous should pick starting on the coalition side. That is, if we followed logic. But from what we've seen today, logic is definitely our biggest enemy because chaos just ensures every time that we watch any of these games. So it's going to be interesting to see, but we are ready to get into the game. And of course, Valorous, they've decided to start on the breach side, I guess. We see them in yellow. Yellow means breach, as far as I know.
Yeah, again, you can't think too hard. If you think too hard, it's not going to go well with everything how it goes. So, I mean, they're going to take their time. Again, this push around is horrendously important, depending on how this may go. Again, now we're hoping that they've got the strats of be-all strats in the world. We'll have to kind of see what they're doing. I mean, they are going for the huge 3-man push. Looks like it's all going to be up to Symbol. Looks like backup is on the way. Gains the Impref coming in, and looks like they're going to on the side. Vince able to at least get one. Medusa there to do what he does best, taking 2 out in a row. And it looks like maybe opening and ready to go for everybody to come into the market and get some extra deliciousness, fruit and vegetables. But they got to keep strong. They're rotating back in. It's a 2v4, and it's going to be really, really difficult to take this, especially since Medusa is still alive.
Yeah, this is an important round here, and a 2v4 situation is definitely not a place where you want to find yourself in. Even if you're able to get that frag, it's still a 2v3, and the bomb is down, so retaking in-house, you have to push a head glitch, and yeah, they just... Nope, he didn't want any engagements there, Alpha just runs away. That's exactly what he should do. So Symboli, I mean, he can go for it, like he should go for it. There's not really a reason to save a pistol that literally costs nothing and it's given to you for free. So he's gonna go for it, maybe try to, get some extra cash, but Genis finishes it off. Valorous, first round on the board, exactly what they need for this comeback to happen.
Yeah, they gotta start off strong here, and again, if they want to take it, they need pretty much every round that they can, take, especially these, I'm not gonna say freebies, but, if you can take the pistol round, you do get that extra one most of the time for the second one. I mean, everybody rocking some AKs, and it looks like we got a AR-15 as well down there. Medusa really does really good with it, so I'm not surprised. Just considering just the accuracy and the gunplay that we're seeing. I mean, put any gun in his hand, by the way, it'll be great. But I think as far as having this beautiful red dot, I think can easily be used to the fullest of its advantage. But right now they are fully stacked, underestimated in every last corner of the A site. Now, Symbol actually trying to get that little bit of information for him, but that's definitely not going to be looking good for him. He's gotta move, he at least got the number right, giving it out, being able to see as many as you can. And at least Pref was able to at least take out one. Alpha goes down, but looks like 4 in a row going down, and that's going to be Genis getting that beautiful knife on Sensor. His sensors are definitely not running right now, but we'll see how that goes as far as these later rounds continue to move forward. So Valor's getting 2 on the board, and probably a third if they don't buy everything up, which looks like they are.
Yeah, I mean, never make judgments too quickly. Don't judge a game by its initial score, I guess. But when the rifle rounds haven't even happened yet, you can't really make that many conclusions. And finally, we get into the rifle rounds, and here is where we'll actually see how it works out. And Symboli, well, that's a great way to open it up. Gets a kill on Stratus, and well, that's definitely a good way to start the rifle round here, because now they have 3 players on A, and they have 2 players kind of looking for information that will very soon be given over. So look at this, underestimated, understand, yep, A is clear, so let's just all rotate towards B. It's probably going to be a B hit, but seems like Valorous don't want to take any, don't want to make any mistakes too early here. They're just going to wait, they're going to try to scout out some players, perhaps. And, well, it doesn't really work out. Pref holding it down strong, and Gainsey with that close combat there, attacks it, gets the frag. Pref, he is flashed, but also his teammates are there to help him. Great team play by Underestimated there. I really liked what I saw. I mean, that play in the middle there, where Pref was standing long range and getting those frags, and then when they think he is out of bullets, the Gainsey, I believe it was close. He just peeked and get the kill as well, so that was great team play. And then, you know, when one of your teammates is flashed, you cover him, and you actually watch the angle that he might get peeked from. So, underestimated so far. Getting the first real gun round here, and looking solid. I mean, again, we're only 3 rounds, 4 rounds in here, and so on and so forth, but oh boy. Oh, they have pistols, and Pref has double kills in his bag. He's just going to keep spamming it. Why not? Stratus, he's fully flashed, standing in the corner. I mean, there's not really much that he can do here. He's like trying his best, but yeah, Sensor, he's aware, his sensors are turned back on, and underestimated. Take 2 rounds in quick succession here.
Yeah, and then, you know, honestly, you know, I'm trying to play that big brain game myself. You know, you gotta talk some smack about some of these guys. So then, you know, they do the opposite. You know, they do great. So, you know, now that I've said that, I've ruined it. But, you know, now they've tied it up. You know, they've got everything where they need to be. They've turned everything on. So now that they've got everything that they need. Oh, okay, this could be ridiculous.
All right.
Oh, but Stratus, I didn't even see him. He was left behind. Almost capable, but Sensor, Pref, big on 1 for each. Leaving 2 just left alive. So this should be an easy running forward for Underestimated to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Alpha, he can try to get this frag. He does, that's good. So he'll retrieve at least 1 weapon. But it's a 1v3, and yeah, Symboli playing how he is playing. There's no chance you're gonna just slide, you know, past him and not go down. So Underestimated, 3 rounds in a row, 3 rifle rounds, might I add, in a row. Valorous, even though they look promising, they won the knife round. You know, they started on a breach side, which is very, very interesting move here. Progress has slowed down, and progress really matters when you're in those rifle rounds. So they're buying up again. I mean, that's good, but we need something more than good. We need great. We need to see greatness for them to actually win this best of 3, because Underestimated are also good. I'd even say more on the great side. So yeah, we need some real action coming in from Valorous. I mean, great place to start is just to kind of play for picks and try to find any and every opponent that you can. But that can't go on for long. Like, when you're playing on a breach side, you'll have to push eventually. You win the round by planting the bomb or taking everyone down, and for both those options, you need to push up. So yeah, Valorous, they can play slow, you know, wasting the time a little bit, maybe waiting for Underestimated to make some mistakes, but it seems like they're not really making any. They're just holding angles. They know what they need to do. Sensor, okay, that might be the mistake they needed. He tried his best. He got some good damage in, but he does go down. Oh, and look at this, but Underestimated, they're not fooled by this. Gainsey stays strong, and, well, not anymore. He was low HP, so he gets taken down. So, yeah, A site open for business. Everyone Underestimated is rotating over quickly. Some frags coming in. Pref going on big there, getting 2 frags, making it a bit easier for Underestimated to maybe win this round out.
Yep, now that they got the bomb planted, it's all up to these 2 to hop in, take the site. I mean, this is going to be really difficult. Everything's smoked out. Everybody is... I mean, they got 2 entrances. There's 3 of them in there and 2 entrances, so 50-50 shot that you're going to go into a door, and there's going to be one, if not two. And now it's up to Symbol to maybe clutch it, maybe get a couple extra shots off. But they've got the information. They've got to leave one of these two doors now. So now he can at least take one or two if he wants to. But I think it's going to be save the money run. I mean, he's got 8,000, almost 9,000 bucks to his name, but nothing like keeping more. I mean, it all costs money, don't it? So I mean, if he loses it, this is just anything is better. They could tie it up. It's early on, so it's not a huge deal. And now he's almost at 10,000, and all he's got to do is buy a little bit of armor and some accessories.
Yeah, if we look at the scoreboard here, seems like Pref is really showing up big time, and that's actually interesting to see because in the first game Sensor was really like accelerating past everyone, but seems like on Underestimated it's not like a one-player team, everyone can show up, everyone can do good, and Medusa once again playing very well on side of Valorous. He was carrying on Bureau as well, so it's really important for Valorous here for all the other players that are not Medusa to actually perform and play well, because I feel like the reason why Valorous fell a little bit short on Bureau is just because like Medusa was having a good game, everyone else, you can't really say the same. So if Valorous want to win this game, and moreover if they want to actually get the comeback and win the best of 3, the rest of the players on the team need to play better. Individually, just get those frags, because Valorous still have great strategies. Like, they are great as a team, they work together great as a team, but you can have the best team play ever, you can have the best strats ever. If you are not winning the gun duels individually, I mean, you lose. So Valorous, that's really something to focus on for them, and Strata is exactly what you need, winning the 1v1 engagement there, taking down one player, but Stratas is low from that, so we're back to 4v4 here, and it seems like Valorous, they're kind of trying to go towards the B side of things here.
Yeah, I mean, they're slowly but surely moving around. Everything's looking even, 4-4. Stratus, still not looking the hottest right here, but really it's just kind of what they make the decision. I think they've got a good chance. They're going straight for A. There's only one person there, but now someone got the itch that they're moving that way. Must have been the sensor going on and letting them know the temperatures are dropping. Safari Alpha picking one each. Still can't really see, but he's able to still pick off one.
Oh, that's a huge frag.
Ooh, he can't get flashed again. All right, but now they're coming from behind, 2-1, keeping them busy, and Symbol comes from the side, all while on the hunt. Again, taking that 1-round lead, so they're just moving along just fine.
Yeah, that was an insane frag by Symboli there. That frag was everything. Like, if you didn't get the kill, it's bombed down, it's a 1v2 situation, not really much you can do from there unless miracles happen. Symboli coming in, maybe not having like the best game kills-wise, but this is exactly what I mean. Like, you can't judge players just because they're on the scoreboard, they're bottom frag, because sometimes you have 5 kills, but 4 of those kills won rounds, and definitely that one by Symboli won a round there. Gainsey here spots some players, and yeah, just a complete shutdown. Great positioning by Sensor and Gainsey there, and the round is over as soon as it started. 5-3, Underestimated, not letting this one slip. They still want to take it in 2, and they're putting up good numbers to, they're putting in the action where their mouth is. They're showing us why they actually, have a chance to win this one. 5 on the board. Some good stuff. Seems like Valorous are just able to buy and buy and buy and buy. Yes, the last one they kind of went eco, but they have, like, most of the rounds they're just buying up. They definitely have some cash on them as well, like Genis, fully bought with Kevlar, with nades, and then 3,000 to his name as well. So Valorous, it's not really about having bad economy, it's just about, like, starting to win rounds, that's what they need. Symboli, though, playing very aggressive, double peek on A long here, that's not really something you see a lot. Kind of works out, but Safari, meanwhile, is able to get one on Gainsey in another side of the map, and suddenly it's a 1v3. Convince is able to get one, but also his position is noted now. Oh, that is a great shot there. Doesn't get the end of it, though, so, kill would have been better, but damage is still good. Unfortunately, very, very low HP on him, and with the bomb going down, retaking will be pretty hard. One bullet and he goes down. He literally has to play this flawlessly. Peeking belong might not be a good option when Stratus is holding that, and yeah, this is what Valorous needed. They get around 4 on the board. This is a very back and forth game, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, these guys, with Plaza, this is one of those that you can deploy a lot of different strategies, and there's a lot of different ways around as far as different entry points through the middle and into the different, into the bomb site. So this is definitely a hard map to not only get into, because there's so many different strategies that you got to think about, really kind of predetermine. But if you choose the wrong strategy and they use one that is the complete opposite, then that's where, it comes to that little back and forth, where they can get in, you get in, they get in, you stop them, back and forth. So it really just, it's a little bit of that RNG when it comes to that. But I think right now they're doing a great job. They both know Plaza very well. And even though Valorous is using by numbers going into some of these bomb sites, the problem is when you're on the coalition, at least for the breach, is that they don't really have to go too far. And there's always someone right around the corner, 1 or 2 minimum, right there hanging out. So that all depends. Now, but then you got this one, they're going a little bit more aggressive. Get 3 kills off the bat. Symbol gets 1. Or sorry, Safari gets 1. But now you're sending it a 4v2 at this point, and now it's down to 1, and it's all up to Safari to do his thing. So it's so difficult, and again, this back and forth. Someone's got to find a way to take it up a few rounds on the board, and Underestimated may have done it. They're gonna at least should. I would be horrendously surprised if they don't, but they should at least be able to get this round here and make it a 2 round.
I wouldn't want to be Safari right now. He gets taken down. There you go. Sensor finally takes him down. That spot that Safari was playing in, though, it's one of the most annoying spots on any map. I hate it so much, especially when it's like a 1v4 and you're trying to save Safari. No hate on him, he's just playing the game. But yeah, camping in that spot, you are so hard to get taken down, because you can just camp here, you can just peek up, peek down, spot some players, get a frag. And I know personally that I've had many times when I try to push street on Plaza and someone is in that spot, and it's just so hard to deal with. Somehow though, he gets flashed off, smoked off, naded off, and Sensor takes the frag, so that's all good. But yeah, Underestimated, up to 6 now, and if they're able to get these last 2 rounds, I mean, even though the breach side is harder to do, they're putting up a very, very good case for taking this game, taking this best of 3 home in 2 games. So that would be quite underestimated. A lot of people probably underestimated them and didn't expect them to do this, but they're playing so well right now. They're definitely playing I'd say top 5 in EU in terms of just skill. Playing against a very good team like Valorous and being able to pull things like this off, it's not really you see that every day. And Pref, very nice jiggle peaks there, but Alpha gets the best of him. And now a 2v4, but Gainsey, oh look at this positioning. He does get 1, but now his position is exposed as well. Probably will go down from the guy mid. Oh no, what is that, Genes? That is a really poor mistake, or decision making, or just timing. I have no idea, but that's not good. That is definitely not how you want the 2v4 to go. The bomb down, but Sensor and Gainsey, what a retake. What a retake.
And
that was...
again,
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
It's still sitting at 63. Now it's kind of evening out. People are kind of seeing what Underestimated's got, but it's still sitting at a 60% for Valorous right now. They're still slated to win based on everybody's votes, by the way. So right now, Underestimated. Well, I think everybody's underestimating them at this point.
Yeah, we can make endless puns about it, but honestly, that last round, it wasn't because Underestimated played really well. Sure, Sensor, Gainsey, they're good players, but Valorous, they just messed some things up there big time. Especially, I don't know what happened in A mid. Genes spotted a player, and then I guess he didn't expect him to peek it again or something, but he was looking A mid here. Yeah, just a weird round. Mistakes are made. I'm sure that Genes can now come back and show us that it's just a round. It's not his actual gameplay that is bad. Just sometimes you make a mistake that maybe looks not the best on stream. Anyways, 5v5 situation here. Not really sure. Valorous' strategy so far has just been kind of, okay guys, let's play slowly, try to get picks. When we get a pick, then we kind of push that or this. But it doesn't really seem that they have smokes, lineups. Okay, let's do 2A mid, let's do 2A long, let's do 1 mid. Most of the time, they're just kind of going one or the other direction and just trying to look for players. So it's not the worst strategy. There are definitely time and places for it. But with 4 rounds on the board, it's not the worst, but it's definitely also not the best. And Convince, they will take down Safari. So now 3v3 situation. Genes, though, there you go. He gets a refrag on Convince. Much needed in this situation. And Symboli, his positioning and aim is everything but Stratus. That's a great push. Although the rest of the players is low. Oh, what a play there, Pref. Gets a very sick triple there. And that takes Underestimated to 8. Yeah, this is This is not definitely underestimated. The team of the name underestimated. Damn, I wish I maybe should become a comedian. You know, that's it's a great opportunity there.
Yeah, they are doing a phenomenal job, and just I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect that to happen. But just doing a nice clean triple on the end, rolling it up to 8-4. Now this is where it's big. If Underestimate takes this, they can't do it again if they can. I know it's a big, it's a tall order to make, hey, do it again like you did on the last game. But if they do, that means they should be able to get 2 more rounds and rock it up to double digits again. I mean, that's just gonna be big. It's gonna be big for them here, and it's gonna be a lot for Valorous to bring back up for that.
Yeah, this first round is really, really meaningful for Valorous here. They need to get it, and it's a 2v3, so there's still a great chance for them to get it. And with this backstab coming in, well, things might go for it better here, but Sensor, he's ready for it, and now Alpha, oh, that's a good shot, but many more to be found in order to win this round. And he is on site, so that's good. He knows where both the players are. Gets a headshot. No way. Alpha, he could single-handedly turn this game around here. 1v3 turned into 1v1. The aim is everything here. Head glitches, close range. Alpha just trying to move around, trying to not catch a bullet, trying to spot a player, spams it, but Simbly, he's able to get it. Oh, that was so close. Alpha, great attempt, but underestimated, reign superior.
Wow, that just literally one deagle bullet separating that. Just wow. And again, underestimated, racking it up, another point on the board. So if this rolls like it should, underestimated's gonna hit 10, and the matter of less than 2 minutes to be in double-digit territory, and it.
All right.
Getting a nice 3-piece for himself. And really it's just down to 4 people to take out 2. Medusa trying to get an extra stab, but not able to do it since her pref taking them both out almost instantaneously, racking it to 10. It's Underestimate's looking really good right about now.
I like what Medusa tried to do there. Some people might think that it was just for, the content, but actually, if you're able to get the knife kill, at least you get 1.5 thousand to your name. So at least it's a little bit of a cash bonus in a situation where it's a 2v5 with pistols against rifles. Like, just go for it, man. Like it's the best decision to do there. So Medusa trying to get some extra cash. Unfortunately, knife kill not happening on stream today. And yeah, I mean, underestimated. They're 3 rounds away. Granted, this is the first rifle round, so things might change. Maybe Valorous have a really, really good Plaza collision side, but it's just gonna be so hard. Like, you need to get 9 rounds. It's 3 times the rounds that underestimated needs. So yeah, everything, like, the stars are aligning here for underestimated to be the underdogs in today's semifinals once again. We saw the underdogs win in the first semifinal, G9 winning over Invictus in 2-0 in the best of 3, and now seems like the same thing is going to happen again. Really unexpected, underestimated teams winning.
Yeah, it's and it's good for them. I mean, the fact that the not as veteran team, the team with no collective achievements in there, being able to take it home. I mean, the fact of how well they're doing. I mean, we had a little bit of back and forth in the early games, but right now it's looking so good. It really is. And they're just named 1 down we go. Stratus in a really bad spot. Jinna's trying to make his way over. But unfortunately, we get a little intense here. Since coming in, Gainsey taking it down, up to 11. Yeah, and again, it's that mind game, man. Right now with 4, like I said, to get all the way back up to be even 7. I mean, they can do it by all means if they can. Pull it together, get it all the way, and, just break the strategies of underestimated. The problem is, underestimated's the one that's got to break their stuff, and it looks like they're doing a really good job at doing it. So it's going to be hard, but underestimated, if they're able to pull this off in a 2-0 and be able to have 0 points and be able to, should be able to make it all the way to the finals, which would be an absolute, just potentially clean sweep for them. It just kind of all depends how this rolls, because we still have the finals left to go for everything. So it's very possible.
Yeah, definitely a 0 to hero situation here. And one thing I really have to pay attention to and just praise is how well Underestimated are playing as a team. Because Valorous, they have their players, like they're winning some of these rounds just because an individual player shows up. Underestimated, they are everywhere and they're everywhere together. Like, okay, like, see like round like this, okay, Genesis catches one of guard, maybe Safari as well, but it's not really about team play as much. Where on the side of Underestimated, everyone is around like each other, they're refragging, they're taking gun duels together, they are sandwiching players together. Like, even look at this, like Convince is planting, and then the other player, Symboli, is right near him. He's protecting. If someone peeked from CD while Convince was planting, Symboli would have gotten him. So, great team play by Underestimated coming here. Oh, the timing might be everything here, but Symboli, yep, he wins the gun duel as well. And, I mean, this looks like 12 on the board. Safari, 7, again, like one bullet and he goes down. This has to be a flawless clutch, and he understands that. He also understands, nothing is really going our way, so probably the clutch is not going to go as well. So even though it hurts and I have to give up a really important round, I just have to save. It's just like logically just the better decision here. So Safari is going to save. Underestimated are going to go to 12, and it's literally one round separating them from one of the greatest upsets that we've seen in Circuit so far.
Yeah, and I mean, right now with their money situation, losing that SG would have been a big deal. So, and further to your point about the team play is how they were positioned on B, all the way up against the wall. The peaks, all Symbol had to do was just step out, just boom. The moment he fires, yeah, he's in my face, steps out, shoots him in the side. If he goes forward, see Symbol, he absolutely just completely misses the player against the wall. I mean, it was a really bad situation all around for him. So, yeah, the save was definitely the best option. But right now, we're on match game point for Underestimated. They are at 12. Safari just got a double, which is great. Unfortunately, Medusa goes down. And so we're sitting at a 3v3 with Safari with next to 0 HP. And Gainsey a little bit, not half, but just a little bit above half. So it's definitely looking real nice for Underestimated to just take this in 2-0, get those yummy points for at least being second place. At minimum, depending how it goes next week, because G9 is not going to be an easy contender to go up against, just period. So it kind of all just depends how that rolls. But at minimum, if they win here, right now, they guaranteed second place.
Yeah, I mean, they have 9 rounds to win, and this one is looking like a victorious one as well. Okay, Gainsey goes down, so now it's 1v2, but Symboli, he has been great in this game so far, and he's able to find one. Oh, but Stratus, he's close as well, but Symboli, what is that? What is that? He takes the frag, he takes the 1v2, and he takes Underestimated to a 2-0 victory against the obvious favorites here, Valorous Gaming. That is an insane game to watch, an insane best of 3. Congratulations to Underestimated. They were definitely underestimated. They defied all odds. They defied all expectations. And winning the best of 3 in the semifinals, 2-0. Moving on to the finals next week against G9.
Yeah, against everybody's predictions, against us, we didn't say they weren't going to win, but, they didn't have any achievements. Their stats were all a little bit lower. They didn't have as much data to really make that educated guess. The chats, the polls, all assuming Valorous going to take it home. Every single time we saw a 60 to 64% going towards Valorous. Everybody just kind of, they knew. But unfortunately, underestimating the underestimated sometimes can be a detriment, and they took it in 2-0 against Valorous. So, but Valorous, you guys did a great job. You guys did a lot of really good plays, a lot of really good rounds. It just unfortunately came down to underestimate. Honestly, I think the way they moved together and that individual gun skill, to where even if they were together, they were just mowing them down. And that just comes down to maybe having a little bit better strats, maybe meeting them at a different time, different places. It may have been different, but Valorous, congratulations for making it to the semifinals, and congratulations again to Underestimated, defying all the odds and moving to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, Underestimated looked like a tier 1 team in terms of gameplay today, in terms of their team play especially. Like, the way how they played, again, I just have to give praise to it. Like, it was so good. It was so good. There was always... It reminded me of how Rain used to play, back in days when they were in Circuit Season 2, Circuit 3, Circuit 4. There's always someone refragging. There's always someone, looking for that opportunity to help out your teammate. And when you play like that, when you actually play as a team, it is so hard to do anything because sure you can have like individual prowess and like okay I got a double kill, but you can't get a triple because someone else is coming in and again and again and again. So yeah, huge congratulations to them, and it's gonna be funny because like next week we're gonna see the finals that probably nobody like expected at all. G9, who were the underdogs, against Underestimated, who were like definitely the underdogs. So a great final for us to see, and yeah, tides are shifting. Competitive teams and their standings just come and go. And today we saw a destruction of kind of the Critical Ops community, of the European Critical Ops like standings in the community that we know. New teams are coming in. Old teams are, maybe not as good as they used to be, and it's great to see. That just means that the game is evolving because new teams can come in and just find the opportunities and find the victories. So I think today was an absolutely incredible game. Absolutely incredible games coming in from all teams.
Yeah, it's a circle of life. Everybody can't be number one forever. So new teams, new ideas, new strats, new abilities, and also you also got to think of some of these maps, new reworks, and so with those new reworks, with the new strats, the new teams, and so everybody has their own outlook on it, and I think it's going to be absolutely insane to see two underdog teams. Like who's going to be under the underdog for that? So both of them get a chance to be here. They both are going to be guaranteed, uh, first or second place, either one of them, no matter who wins. And so that's going to be fantastic to be, both teams for their achievements for being in the finals for the main tournament here. And so honestly, I don't know who's going to be able to take it. Underestimated showed us a really, really good gameplay. Like I said, kind of that always over each other's shoulders. But G9 just had absolutely ridiculous individual play. So it's going to be exciting. So, guys, make sure you guys subscribe. Get the notification bell for next week. We're going to have even more ridiculous matches, I guarantee it, for that between these two teams. Guys, also, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Also for Compact Esports, Mobile Esports, Zuvi as well for that top clip contest that you guys can be a part of. Again, links in the description at this point. Grab it, click it, go to the Play Stores or Apple Play Store for it at that point. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute blast. These matches have been some of the best we've seen so far, but more to come. So, again, make sure those notifications are coming on, and the fact that we've got some more matches coming on later today for North America. So, guys, you want to check those out. And until next week, we will see you there.
See you guys next week in the finals. Tune in. It's going to be a blast.